not be able to walk even.
Tell us about the injuries that you sustained.
All my back was lacerated. It's just because how Allah created the human being. Allah is the only person who knows that. But in those days, it went up to 1 year. If I take off my shirt, you will still see the marks on my body.
How about the others, your fellow detainees? What kind of injuries did they sustain?
Do kotangol dungi monyo do kotangol do men yalan ko ini bebe de do kono je maroko no je wol fanay mu barmasifa del soto
wol be ko ya ko kilingol le soto dimi kilingol le soto katon nyunu ka molli pamenula do bije sojar do bije fo mo kilim fo mo sojar do jije ay babarol tami anu peru babala.
Well, we all suffered the same fate, because there was even one soldier who was beating people with a piece of wood which had nails on the head of the wood. After they beat us seriously, then they told us all to lie down. If not, they will not leave us alone. We all agreed and lied down. When we all lied down on the ground, and they started the beating, which was even worse than the first round. That man with the wood which had nails on it, I can remember there were people whose heads the nails penetrated and their bodies were torn. They were unable to survive. And in fact, some of them even told me personally that they will not survive. Among them was Fansu Jawara. He told me the way this nail penetrated my backbone, I don't think I will survive that. And my head and his head also.
What happened to him?
His head was split open and blood flew from the head. People who were among us in the detention there were all aware. Well, except for those he didn't beat, or somewhere there his beatings didn't penetrate their skin. Those were the only people who were not injured, but all those he reached were all wounded. Lamin Kanaji also got his head split and his back was torn. May Allah have mercy on his soul and Alhaji Morikeba Sedikan. I am appealing to his relatives. I didn't even want to mention this. But as far as I am going to, what I'm saying should be very clear enough. If you join with somebody into something, don't leave anything behind. When the time for narration comes, you should say everything clearly. Alhaji Morikeba Sedikan, when he was beaten on his head, blood flew out of it. And his back, and many of the others there. In fact, some of them I have forgotten.
You told us you were asked to lie on the floor, and all of you did. What, if anything, did they do to you whilst you and your colleagues were lying on the floor?
sila afanya ba ninga atra bije brin ka ay kale oke ninga kabira le oke fo kusoro ndala bay ko ale men ke bang
ika sele mol kan ke don ko kan ke lipa.
What they were doing was they will climb on top of the people. They were in fact dancing on the backs of some people and beating them also.
ila in samata bali ka sele ko kan me mol ko kan ke don mol ko kan ni mamanta ni ko wulindo ye lipa.
Well, as they were wearing these big boots, they will just climb on top of people and dance on you. The moment you shake yourself or raise your head, they will beat you seriously.
For how long did this continue?
intentenda fo wati jelu ko nyi
Atentenda fo wati janga dimita back.
It took a long time and it was really painful.
Dol fang nga kalamuta ko kabiri yembule mawulino.
In fact, some of us, as I remember, when they stopped, some of them were even unable to get up by themselves.
Were the women spared?
musol nyin dum fo yol tujela bang ma ko wala
Musol lipa nyame ngatu.
No, the way they treated those women was unspeakable.
So lipa back.
They were seriously beaten.
Yo kam liparo me munya nin woye musoma akakolea back.
The beating that a man can bear, well, the same type of beating you do to a woman, well, it will be really devastating.
After that beating, what happened?
butero nyin kola mun narnake
Obutero kola.
After the beating,
Ntata je nyame.
just the way we stayed there,
Wada ke jenin je dol sina e dum mol kono be nendiro li imin be kuma jawul fola.
time and time, some of them will come and go inside our group and they will start abusing and insulting us.
Ko inata murnan ko ke Usainu Njai aning MC Cham.
When they came back at another time, Usainu Njai and MC Cham
Ani Ismaila Jawara.
and Ismaila Jawara
Ani Oje Jallo.
and Oje Jalo
Ani nte kundingo.
and myself,
Yen kili mol kono yen fintindi tata ko ke kallipa kendeke.
they called us and took us out of that group and they took us aside and we were seriously beaten again.
Liparo min koleata.
Beating which was very painful.
Labon nte kundingo yen lipa fo faydo to yembula isaunta nyendono te lipa fo mbalo fata.
After they treated me like that, the serious beating meted on me, when they transferred to the others, in fact, I felt very sad for some of them.
On lafta nyela lam faola.
In fact, I nearly forgot about my own problem.
E Usainu Njai liparola me yalon ko mota mira mo so lipo nyam.
They beat Usainu Njai in a way which nobody will think a human being will treat your fellow human being like that.
MC Cham be wole nyama.
That's likewise MC Cham.
Oje Jallo be wole nyama.
Likewise Oje Jalo.
Ismaila Jawara be wole nyama.
Likewise Ismaila Jawara.
De kundingo be bole je wato mina mambo mfankalama.
Myself, when I was living there, I was unconscious of myself.
De ngajele don ko hakilota kam mini muta yem dundi konoto.
I cannot even remember those who got hold of me and took me inside.
With all these injuries you people sustained, were you given access to medical treatment?
anin nyim barmol be itani mo nyola le men soto je fo inarna silo dialla la ban pour ka boro dialla ban pour ka jaraba
Kabirin kibaro fudata na molu mako ye molu barama bake.
When our people got the news that we were seriously injured,
Ilifula kola inata nkumandi ko ngata ila loktano.
after 2 days we were called and said that we should go to their hospital.
Dol biti be inko male bala.
When we reached there, they were applying ink on the bodies of some people.
Bordo fo bor koy mulung na mi se ulfana may bala.
And there was another type of medication, white in color. They will apply that on your skin.
Dol fang ya fanun ko ititala je.
Some even said that they were not going there.
Are alfal damal minu ben kone ko ngata.
But
Manta isinamur non kanne ko ke lipa minta mbita wadante kuno laje.
But the elderly among us just said, okay, they advised us, let's all go, because if we don't go, they might come back again and start beating us again.
nata wakilin data e kaboro mambala.
Then we all agreed and went, and they started applying these medications on our body.
The accommodation that you had at the Fajara barracks, can you give us a good description of the place? Were you given any beds?
Giarome ya kala Fajara barracks. Fo isi jela alhalo Kenya nyintandi fo ye larango di allalabang.
Hani larang killing.
Even a single bed.
Hani baso wante fenkote hani feng.
Even a mat or anything else.
If
I can remember, we spent 3 to 4 months there. We didn't even set eyes on things like that.
What were you sleeping?
Alkela munekanu.
We were lying down on bare cement.
Were you given any blankets?
Larang kamfano lumvoye uldi allalabang. Frugal be me fiene laba.
Larang kamfandi.
They didn't give us anything like blankets.
Wokono lunkilin drum bije nyenata ntola taro wucho kono je inata usenu dabo fanan sambana.
So during our stay there, all of a sudden one day they came again and brought in Usainu Dabo.
Rana randelia jeng nte nkontanta nko bawo loyal mtumando anata njubele for naidia.
Initially, when I saw him, I became happy. I thought that as far as he is a lawyer, he is here to talk to us. Maybe something, he will be able to do something about us. After we exchanged greetings, I said to him, well, I am also here. Maybe you don't know me, but I will explain myself to you.
And then?
Kola munena ranake biri yo faye.
That's the time he told me, well, me myself also, I just saw myself here. I don't even know why I am here.
So all of you remained detained in that place?
Mundal be tarta Morocco no je odingira kilimoto je.
Be tarta jele.
Were you allowed to shower?
Silo di allalabang pour ke kubang.
Mansilo dinner.
We were not allowed.
Nota jele, nota fonna den kolmeni bembale beka farambala.
We stayed there like that, and we became so dirty that the shirts we were wearing started tearing apart on our bodies.
How about use of toilet facilities?
Ning jalamuro ning nyongol niol sida no foy ka silo di alalo fana mbale ta wala ba.
Nentilibulo mo kabule no malafo kamoto do lunte mi enta soto e ka kido lon kane ko ni me tare ha e fenti dron be min kelele mba jam ko yalo motija.
Well, if it is during daytime, they will follow you up to the toilet, and in fact the man who used to convey me to the toilet, he will even point a gun at me and tell me, if you are not quick enough, you will see what I will do with you.
Do you by any chance remember his name?
Arjo kono fo ina na mari nyin tolo ne ba. Ha?
Hakilo mamari to muta.
Wol kono min ka woke. Angamo hakilo mo kanje.
Yes, I can remember one of them.
Atodo.
Kasin kolam bamfo kabun kole ka fa Chinese.
Well, whether he's a Kasinka or Kabunka, they call him Chinese.
So you're koyolem thing.
He's a fair-colored soldier.
Okay. So for how long were you detained in that place?
Ita Morocco no fo wati jelu o dingira nyinto je.
Ngasanyi killing kejele aning kariate.
We spent 1 year plus some months at that place.
During this period of detention, did they take a statement from you?
Ni wato wicho nyimbe kono ita Morocco no je wato menna fo yela kuma kan tajela banka safe.
Inene natale ka nyinin karoke.
They once came there to ask people.
Aunte nyoka yente nyinin ka minna.
As for me, as far as we were not all together at one place, as for me, what they asked me about was,
dokumanda faye.
they called some of us one by one
What were you asked?
ite fango yete nyini kamunela
abri ye nyini ngai ko nye ko atol nata jam pour ka ka ya jamme ka balamba itandi ya jamme muni fandala.
And the question the man posed to me was that you people came here to demonstrate and show your displeasure to Yaya Jammeh. Why don't you want Yaya Jammeh?
Bebe la fila mo kotena sai ning me bula jang ite be tutula la janne.
Who else will you want? If we didn't release you here, you will remain here.
Ning ayata ko ilafta ke fadda handi ye sonko ya jamele banko mara handi be tarla wala koma.
If you want to have peace, you have to agree that Yaya Jammeh is the leader of this country and you have to stay behind him.
Nkombela firin kambula de.
I said, well, I want to be released.
But
to be behind Yaya Jammeh, I don't want to be there.
Wallahi ngawolof.
Billahi, that's what I said. Wallahi, that's what I said. He said, I said yes. He said to me then, we know how to deal with you. I said, it's okay. Then they wrote, but whatever they wrote there and whatever they included in their writings, I don't know that. But this is what I said. If they wrote something else, I don't know. But this, what I said here, is what I told the man.
And eventually, what happened to your case?
Ko ni nyala ba wala case ni mona na kala.
Nata murna ne ko sanyim bita kitiolale.
Well, later on, they came back and said, we are going to court.
Do you know what you were charged with?
Yala ne tumir jumal mun tumar sifa jumal lekang.
Kabirin data kitila.
When we went to the court,
eko sedition case.
They said it was a case of sedition. I haven't gone to school, but if I can remember, that's the word they used. They said, any one of us, should, if you can get a lawyer, try and get a lawyer for yourself. I told them, I will not have a lawyer because I don't have the means and I cannot have I cannot take a lawyer for myself.
Did you say that to the judge?
This is what I told my people, because they stood and said every one of us should acquire the services of a lawyer.
And this case, did it go ahead? Did it proceed?
Yes, the case proceeded.
And how did it end?
Ndata fameta iko magistrate mimbije dojing ako amankenda debita jarlola.
After some time in the case, there was a magistrate who said he was not well. He has to leave and go and seek for treatment. If I can remember, another one came. He said, let them bring us. Then when that started, sometimes we will come just once in a month. And usually when they adjourn the case, it will be the 20th or the 15th or towards the end of the oncoming month. But he was the man who said he is going to do our trial.
And be manina wo kitila muslim wala katum nene tata kitio kono ay kitio londa ko momo ilafta salle sta salo.
I can remember that man is a Muslim, because during our trial one day he stopped the case and said, anybody who wants to pray, you can go out and pray.
And during this period, were you granted any bail?
In case ni wijo ni be kono kabri yesamba kiti la fo inatna bail di la ba
I kito join biraba join na konin tata momo silang ise mako yeku ise la fengol dila.
Then one day he adjourned the case and said he's going to leave us. But anyone who goes, you can take bath and change your clothing.
Proceed.
Tenteng.
Donata jikiko tumando nintara kito la ibem bulala fang.
Then we became hopeful that when we return again, we might be released.
Kato mankuke lafta minkela make.
Because we didn't commit any crime. In fact, what we wanted to do, we were unable to carry out our mission.
Ye muta e mantora bake.
We were arrested and we were badly treated.
O lungo sita nata murunanje.
When we came back on the day of the adjournment,
Komomo ilamo nemo soto mimbe bela sebel.
that was the day they said if anybody has a relative who can bail you, let them come and bail us.
Butu nyina ta fo karworo kola lemba fo karnani kola lemu nyimbelo sotota.
I cannot remember whether it was after 4 or 6 months that this bail was available.
Yembel was somanda
We were bailed that morning.
zafo telefona mafon.
I can say it was around 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Ato tembo momo benyani renga momo akanela mono mo be kanaje bare ndolbuka soto no fa hani ninna mole diam.
Because all of us have relatives who usually come every time. In fact, everybody was in a hurry to see their relatives who were there.
Be dinem fo dokolem na ka be suti alele don kidole ye enin kidole ye murundi.
Whether it's your son or a brother or whatever relative who wants to come and reach you, they will just get up and turn them back. And they were always having guns.
So, and tell us, and we were eventually bailed on that day.
Amunta ko nyi nyalla ban wolu nyi inarna bail di la.
Ulunge beldi o watola.
Yes, when they allowed us to bail us,
Mol be kontari janjanta momo sai keta ike yawali.
we were all happy. And so everybody departed to go to his or her home.
Nte doma kilinganin dom endo muskilinganin keo wol nata ni wol tata nyola.
My brother and sister came and I left and went along with them.
Vurala Serekunda drong.
When we reached Serekunda,
Be marse kono drong ngamo ikafoko yeminu mutanu ye belle bari ko ela belo sisle.
so inside the market at Serekunda, that's where I heard the news saying that those people who were under custody and were bailed today, now their bail has been revoked.
Did they say who revoked the bail?
We are for na jumale bail nyi mbusal bulu ban ka tal bulu.
Nam?
Ya fali na ban jumale nyi bail nyi tal bulu.
Ya fonye tene ronko alla bel ya sisle.
We were just informed that our bail was seized.
What did you do as a result of this information?
Yemune ke biriye nyi kibaro nyi moy.
Murtana ndo manyol mo fulo be dame nko ko sanyin atole tambal tarra sokono la tolu mala finale tanyola mbe munya la fo fitiro ngana.
When I heard this news, I came back to where my brother and sister were sitting down. So when I reached them, I told them, now, you two people can go home. I don't want to go along with you. Go home. I will wait until when it is about to get dark, then I'll come home.
And then?
Miro borala biriyo foe mune knarna ke.
Do ma do tata do mandi marse ko na lafta fenesa na nata afana ya moya nata en kumandi karla konye ko. Bari nga kumale moy ko.
One of my brothers went up to a point in the market. He wanted to buy something. I think that's where he also had this news. He came back to me and said, well, I've had some news.
Nkai ko asekeno le bari mutawo mutanin saya manke bularo le biji.
I said to him, yes, it's a possibility. But every arrest, whatever happens, if you don't die during the course of your arrest, one day you will be free.
Sanyin ndo ma muso nyin kana futa o mayenyin fai.
Then I told him, don't inform my sister about this.
Kai ko nana nga adende kai ko itese ye fere ke ina etanyola.
I took him aside. I told him, now you can go home. Try and talk to her nicely and take her along with you and go home. I will come and tell her that I'll be returning at night.
I'll say.
Go home.
They
weren't happy.
Did they leave?
Yes, they left. My younger brother, he came back to me and said to me, don't you hope that we will go and set up another plan? I said, no. Just go along with sister. Then I set up a plan and they left.
And what did you do after that?
I went to the Serakunda police station. After I arrived there, I greeted them. I told them, I've heard that those of us who were arrested, they've decided to revoke our bail. I cannot remember the person I found there that day. I told him, look at me, I am one of those people who were arrested. Then they told me to go and sit behind the counter. That's where I sat down. I heard them talking with other people, their people. Just in a short time, some other people were brought to the station. Because it was so long ago that I cannot remember those people, but we were all put on board a vehicle and they returned us. And we were taken back to the Fajara barracks.
And this time round, for how long did you remain at Fajara barracks?
I forgot the amount of time we spent there, but we stayed there for quite a long time.
On the second instance, were you tortured?
No, they didn't beat us this time.
How about your living conditions in that shed at Fajara barracks? Did it improve?
Allah sabati dinkira nyindo je okuya nkoro je Fajara barracks jela alhalo be nyadi le sene ala karola.
That place is the filthiest among all places I have ever seen. When we were going in there, the amount of filth in that house, nobody can explain to anybody. Well, it was us who were brought there that we took our shoes and other things just to push the dirty things and the filth, to push them away so that you can have a small place where to sit down or where to lie down.
You mentioned a light-skinned person at Fajara barracks. Do you recall his name?
Yemmo men na kumo fo Fajara barracks iko memmo moti men jato koita. Fo ina ta tolo ne ba. I cannot remember his real name, but the name they used to call him there was Chinese. But he's a soldier who really treated us, he maltreated us there.
Does the name Abu Bakar Ba ring a bell to you?
For to make a fire Abu Bakar Ba, for si hakilo mamandi domandi.
Abu Bakar Ba only woman killing, Abu Bakar Ba.
I know Abu Bakar Ba, he's different from this person.
This Abu Bakar Ba you know, did he participate in the tortures that were meted out on you and your colleagues?
Nying Abu Bakar Ba men ka foteng. Fafanan tarta mulu kono le menni ya tel tajire ya wo lungo la kali lipa lumen yo liparo kala. Fafanan be mulu kono le bang. Yes, he in fact is among them and he also participated very well in the beatings.
And that Abu Bakar Ba was also a soldier, correct?
And Abubakar Ba fana musoja role tinum fonte.
Yarolem ha so yarolem.
Good.
Yes, he was a soldier.
So this second instance at Kairaba, at Fajara Barracks, how about the eating conditions? Did that improve the food?
Allah muta fulanjango Fajara Barracks je. Allah baluo keta nyadile alikal domuro men soto fa fisiata le wosilo bang.
Okay, alafisa keta nyinete tumomina na mol minu benkono mimo Usenu Njaiti aning Oje Jallo aning MC Cham ola muluka domoro nati domoro jama.
What improved the situation for us there was people like Usenu Njai, MC Cham, Oje Jallo, where their people were bringing food to them. A lot of food, in fact. That's what improved our situation there. Because among the soldiers, Gambia is a place where a lot of people know one another. And this Bubakar Ba you mentioned is my younger brother. We are not from the same mother and father. My mother, my biological mother, is from the same family with his biological mother. Just like as how we black people live. If you don't name someone, I will not name the person's name. But what he did there was really, really painful. But as far as he's my younger brother, I was unable to call his name. I just wanted to leave it like that, and I wanted to talk to him, but he didn't even listen to me. Up to this day now, he doesn't even listen to me.
Is he still serving in the armed forces?
Yes, he's still serving because I still see him in uniform.
In view of what he has done, tell us in all honesty, does he deserve to wear that uniform?
Tonya I barul membeke ayo cool membeke. Tonya fonya de tiliunka. Fo ajare tela bapuru na soja uniform adumba.
Ngaje uniform ko na amamme.
Fo ajare tela bapuru uniform odumba cool menke tela mira loro. Fo ajare tela bapuru na mansa kundala soja uniform odumba.
Mansa kundale tobi jang mi yalo ko mansa kundale mansa dunyanta lola molu temale min beketa ya long sanye ntete ofono la ko nyi manjari nyi dunna wanta jarta dun ka mansa le seta mansa noto do mansa mo molita e molu lonne min keta fanan abe moyle.
And well, governments come and go. The government that was here has left, and this old government also took over, and they know what happened. They know who did what. So it is left to them to differentiate amongst us who did what and who didn't do what. They know, and it is their responsibility to do what they are supposed to do.
Inteko manyana informo du na sign abe obe fola fonya minyama atejela e minke nte minfo olebe jela.
If I stand here now and say that he is not fit to wear the Gambia Army's uniform, how some people will interpret it will be different. What he did, people will not remember that. They will just look at me with eyes, just like what I said, they will take it as something bad.
Mr. Ba, did he personally hit you at any point?
Fo atafan kundingo fo wati sotonda jele bang fo ayete fon libaba.
I said to you at the time of the beating, some of them were wearing masks. I later came to discover that he was among the people who were beating. But really, that's where I can stop. I don't even want to talk about him much.
But this is the TRRC, you see. This is a place where people tell the truth about what has happened. Regardless of, there shouldn't be any fear or favor. There shouldn't be any affection or ill will. Just say it as it is. It doesn't matter whether he's your relative or not. Let's just get the truth about what every one of them has done.
TRRC leti be toñala ñinin kan men keta ngaw be wala ñinin kan fo ajaw malam fa ñim malam ba kana sila fo fenna fo ibadi ne ma fama ke ibadi da mari ko ku keron toña fo dron men keta ngaw yo fo lafta toñala le fintindila
man sila kula je ko banko dingole mate kontem banko dingote nyame.
I'm not afraid of anything. He is a citizen as I am a citizen of this country.
Wala atina min keta wo keta.
This is why what happened has happened.
Lota nga falindiro ke.
He stood and effected changes.
Mala fi nga auto ma bari mba auto mala biri nga falindiro ke.
I didn't want to reach that point, but now I will go into that point. The person we put ahead knows everything that has happened.
At
the TRRC here, previous witnesses said what Boubacar Ba has done. I heard it. And this is something true because I witnessed it. He beat people who were even older than me. He can even beat me more than that.
Did he beat you more than that?
And in fact, I put it to him that I am your relative, but the behavior he did after I told him this is something that I don't want to talk about.
We'll be interested, we would want to know.
Yes, that's what just the previous witnesses said. Yes, just as the previous witnesses said. Yes, he was among the people who seriously beat people. And I even heard that OJ said it was this same person who wounded him in his eye, which resulted in the defect of his eye. And I was present. I witnessed it. It's the same person who did it.
Thank you very much.
Well, if you hadn't asked me, I wouldn't have said it because he's my relative. But now I want to point it out that he did what he did. He did all what has been said is what he did.
Thank you very much. We were talking.
Council, if I can just interrupt you, but to really pursue this point that you are making, it is absolutely important to know whether or not during Jammeh's regime, these atrocities, these tortures that occurred, that somebody would torture his own relative. And I think this might be the first time that I'm hearing that, whether or not two people who are very close would go ahead and torture his own relative. So I think you should answer the question clearly. Did you or did you not, did he or Boubacar Ba, did he or did he not torture you?
Jamela mararo wuche okono, kuolu menu keta jang tajire yalu. Kuolu meni alonko hadama dungu manyan na ikela kake nyong hadama dungula. Ngolu ketale. Adun silang nyimbu Boubacar Ba memba ala kumo before kanteng. Nyimbe ntelube tonya nyini ngol la jang. Adun lafta lonale. Ibading mu nyaw nyanding. Mem fota ma wairi wole keta. Saying fo ate bulo mata ite fangola le bang. Fa bulo mamela. Lafta o dinkira le seneyandila.
Ma woto faham bak.
Emanje faham.
Ani?
Ako.
Aye lipale fo ame lipa.
Mbe wala manko. Lipar lal siatale. Jama bi jang mawulu mbelo fan.
There were many people who were beating, and I don't know all of them.
Be liparo min ke kan wato.
Well, the time they were beating us,
lal siata bakele mamumu man jamal bije melon no.
There were many of them, and there were many of them whom I cannot recognize, and I don't know them. Truly, I know him personally.
No, madam.
He's my younger brother. He might beat me, which I cannot remember now. When he was beating other people, I saw that. He could have beaten me too. Because I even wanted to talk to him, but he didn't even want to listen to me. Huh?
Wulu bije
Because we are bloodly related,
ngabula.
I left him.
Council, please continue. Sorry.
Thank you very much.
I think that's an answer.
At some point we talked about the food, but in the first instance of your detention, who provided food?
Follow nga domoro la nyina kumo fole sai ko nyi fulanya wato nyi
The first
Allah muta follow kono.
malaka domoro natali
Ka sojaro leje kanati.
The soldiers were bringing our food.
Was it sufficient?
akasile ba
Do bije bol fula do bije ning ye bulo ketending. Akata kabun kol nin kasin kole nyof ya fure. Ni ya keten drong. Ni ko ba murunde ite fentar laje.
Well, sometimes they will bring only 2 basins of food. And when this food arrives, the Kasinkas and the Kabunkas will eat everything. If you are able to just get 1 handful, before you return your hand into the basin, it will be empty.
Konko e ku kento laje. Ata kuna kasin kola. No mafanda wante fenko.
The suffering we encountered there from hunger, some people will not be able to survive that hunger.
Okay.
Hakilo bakang do ben kono je fa ko abe diam abe afokan do ya ka fa ko konko e moda fo fenne katam.
I remember someone was among us. One day, he was talking to somebody near him. He said he is so hungry that he is seeing images passing in front of his eyes.
Ka ko barbi konko e moda bak.
Then I said to him, but really today you are really hungry.
What eventually happened about this case?
na ke nyi alla en kes nyi nakola ko nyi benya la ba nyi muna na kala
Lafta fole hani jiyo fam mukala fla soto kemi.
What I wanted also to add, sometimes even water to drink, we don't even get water to drink.
Thank you. That's a very important one.
inimbara ko nyi kumayara bagale
And in the end, what happened in this case?
ya ko nyi la ba nyi alla kes nyi la banda nyaadi le
Ye murundi fajara barako wanyama.
When we were returned to the Fajara barracks like that,
Darta je wati jang.
we were there for quite a long time.
Nimanyina mama odoketa
If I can remember, there was some disturbances
farafenye.
in Farafenye.
Nimanyina farafenye la.
If I can remember, it was in Farafenye.
Ulu sojar kunda deteta back.
On that day, well, the soldiers' camp became very hot.
Ulu ngamoiko inyantan tulbulala.
That day, I heard that we were supposed to be released.
Katumalo minkili mubari ngamoy sojar do kafo do eko.
I can't remember which person or who was the person himself, but I heard one soldier telling another soldier that
Anyunu min muta.
these people we arrested,
Nyante bulala.
we should release them now.
Nimma nyunu bula.
If we don't release these people,
Sekeno sembe kote bonam bantala na nyapin tul kanja.
it is a possibility that another power will come out of this country and come and attack us in this country.
Yani obekela nyanta fere kala nyunu bula.
Before that happens, let's try and release these people.
Aya hakilo ay do hakilo bulandi suto le nyinti nkanyim min foye.
This happened at night, what I'm saying right now.
Yata mansino ngamo ida malba foka minu kan kantaje.
I was not sleeping, but this discussion was between 2 soldiers who were guarding us there.
Ay do hakilo bulanda kayan ko yaje nyunu sane ko ete ko lumin nange samba pour kata kola.
He reminded the other soldier that, you see, these people, now they should go and take bath. You remember the last time they went to take bath?
Male ni mole nyoso to je nyadi le barbiri na da wulunne nying accident keda utmo fo bomo le fetanda ma fo grenado le mbamalo.
He said to him, you remember that day? That was the day, I don't know whom they communicated with, But if you remember, that was the day that something happened. I don't know whether a bomb exploded somewhere or whether it was a grenade which exploded somewhere. Just as I heard them saying, because we were under custody. They said some died and some were seriously injured. And I remember that day when these people went to take bath, on their way, some of them were even shouting on them. And that happened. When we went to take bath, on our way coming back, some of them were shouting on us. Some of them, in fact, were insulting us. Very serious insults, very nasty insults. Then when we returned back to our place where we were kept, they were preparing to go outside. I don't know what they were supposed to do out. Shortly, they came back. Some were bleeding among them, and they said some of them died.
At what stage were you released?
Inata mula asamo lunkilendong ngaje ko grupo do nata.
The following day, just one day, I saw that a group came. And they said we were supposed to be released. Then, and they came amongst us, they were writing, talking to some people, but as for me, they didn't write anything for me. I didn't write anything with anybody. Nobody asked me, and I didn't ask anybody for anything for anybody to write anything for me. So one of my brothers brought some of my things.
Now domaning sojarolu men buko sojaro men fata no America para bota janne.
A soldier died in America who left here. I forgot his name.
Yo ikafane Bajinka.
He's called Bajinka.
Khalifa Bajinka?
Yo ani awala fam.
Khalifa, yes, that's the very person. He was very, very friendly with my younger brother. Then he really helped us. When my younger brother brings medication for me, he is the person who helps me to lay hands on this medicine. May Allah have mercy on him. Is the person who gave me the news that very soon you people will be released. They brought us our belongings and we changed our clothes. And they said we should go home because they are going to release us. That's how we left that place.
Members of your group, you said a number of them sustained injuries. Do you know whether any of them succumbed to those injuries?
Allah molu kono yenyum foko liparo ni obutero ayakendi mo jama barama jawolla foy hakilo samuta menu fata o liparo la ko kam.
All dol for janne katu ya fonte kundiwe neko ni liparo de malasentu.
Yes, I named some of them here just some time ago because they themselves personally told me that the way they beat me, I don't think I will survive this beating.
You mentioned Mfansu Jawara.
Mfansu Jawara.
Yes, yeah, Mfansu Jawara Tofo. Yes, Mfansu is among them. Still now, one of them was among us. He's now seriously sick, called Keba Tunkara. I can still remember that he sustained the problem. He got the problem from that.
We want your opinion on those you believe died as a result of the severe torture they received while in detention.
ko ijikita men la wol mol men yalon ko ifata waran ifata andu ila fanyi sababu ta o liparol le men soto mudar waro nyin kon
defan konse futa bi ma ngawo jele.
Personally, I never thought that I will be alive by this day.
Let's first answer the question, and then we would come to your own situation.
nyinin karo nyin ngawo jabi folo nimboro ran sini fa wala kunne wala kulo
wala mjabiro ti defan fombe kanala ngawo jele bari wo molu e baramol minu soto e fawol daya fanyere ko mamira ko nyimbendula.
Yes,
in other file.
I will come to myself, but I am surprised to be alive by now. But those people, some of them personally told me that they will not survive.
Buna Kebe, did he tell you that?
Buna Kebe ayo fo en nemba
Buna Kebe afole.
Yes, Buna Kebe told me.
And what happened to him?
Afanam fatale.
He also died.
Lamin Kanaji?
Lamin Kanaji.
O mafonye.
No, he didn't. That man didn't tell me.
What happened to him?
Fatale.
He died.
Do you think that the injuries he
sustained?
And I saw the wound he sustained. He was a hefty man.
And how about Usain Njai?
Usain Njai.
Usain Njai ngatara abulare ngatara la office.
After he was released, I found him in his office. He said to me that I want to go and seek treatment because the way I feel my body is very, very hard for me.
Do you remember any particular injuries he sustained during your second beating?
Allah li pare fulanya wonying fo hakilo sa mutano ye ay barmo sival men soroba
ani
no I cannot remember
Usainu bukadi amu back
because Usainu is a quiet type of person. He doesn't talk much.
But when he was attacked by the soldiers, did you see some of the things they were doing to him?
Bare birin sojaro boy ta kan fo yo ko dol jela bang men ketala ba
nyala ya lipa jawba.
I was present. They beat him very mercilessly.
Inteni Ismaila Jawara anate Usain Njai MC Cham.
Myself, Ismaila Jawara, MC Cham, and Usainu himself.
And Oje Jallo.
And Oje Jallo.
Labantan tole lipar kolemba.
We were the last people they ended beating, and we were mercilessly beaten.
Did he sustain any injuries on the ribs, Usainu?
Usainu dum ateoto fana na barmol sore akarakulol do fana na barmol sore
karakulol to akoto drape
on his ribs, on his back, and many areas of his body sustained injuries. Then, in fact, they brought some sort of a medicine for him. I personally rubbed that medicine on his back.
Okay, let's move on. After you were released this time around,
Alhaji Mamadi Sabali was also brought there. They took him amongst us, they took him aside and mercilessly beat him. When he came back, he was even unable to stand by himself. Our people caught him and took him away.
Okay, let's move on from this incident at Fajara Barracks and we make a bit of progress. After you were released, did you personally have to seek for medical attention?
I was sick. Even during my detention, I felt very sick there, and they were all aware of that. They bring medicine for me, then I improved a little bit. After I was released, this same problem attacked me again. There was a time when I got a swelling on my body, which was very big. Then I showed this to some of my people. My younger brother told me to go to the hospital. But at that time, the news I was hearing at the hospital, I was scared to go there.
What news was that?
wala mun kibar sifati ikame moynu
amoy ko nin tol data loptan ni melo nte kende ala kato isem penkuno fenna min ben fala.
Well, I heard that people like us, if you go to the hospital, you will not be healed. In fact, they might inject you with something that will kill you.
Nata bojantata Senegal.
Then I left here and went to Senegal
Nse jarlo soto.
so that I can get treatment there.
Baradi je bake ma soto no.
I suffered there seriously and I was unable to get treatment there.
Wato dina barajam fata.
Wato,
Wato dina barajam fata.
they gave me time, but it was a very long time.
Nata murunang.
I came back,
Kote kain attack.
then it attacked me.
Wato dol nai attack nkabo moya konto to.
Sometimes, if this problem attacks me, I sometimes become unconscious. I don't know I don't even know my environment.
Na dimbal beka kolea ko soto.
All my family members will become confused.
Kana lunkuna kamfinja.
They will come and stand over me. Some will be fanning me.
Mfisata dung msa kata betung setara wanyama.
If I got a little bit better, I will just try and stay around.
Nata bojantata Ziguinchor.
I left here and went to Ziguinchor.
Akafunyo ma do benu je ngamilong.
I had a friend there whom I knew.
Ya ninkata nga telephone nga fai.
Before going there, I called him and told him.
Konye sina.
He said to me, come.
Nata wuli ntata no.
Then I went there after him.
Konye kombe appointment nyilene.
He said to me, I will try and seek an appointment for you.
Mo bay a nyinile.
He didn't fail. He tried and got an appointment for me.
Konye sign isemuru fowati kari.
He told me, then go back and come back at so and so time.
Nibina aseke dimasoti.
When coming, let it coincide with a day like Sunday.
Ina te se la jan nimfano keta.
If you come, you will spend the night here. The following morning,
Sita loptan.
you go to the hospital.
Bari palasitiola.
But he is somebody who was holding a high position.
Sute te je back.
And a lot of people know him there.
Alatina sasa en attack en landitron.
This is why when I was attacked by this problem,
Kona dimbale emma ko nga telephone.
I told my family to call him so that he can help me.
Emma ko nga telephone.
When they helped me and I got him on the phone,
Konye bitung ko kunimbijeto yena.
he told me, whatever is the situation, try and
Mo
come.
soto mimbe na telena.
If you can have somebody to bring you here, come along.
Ala na ta ke janni ba flo ura ro afisata do manne.
Well, with the help of Allah, before the evening time, it improved. I became a little bit better.
Na kilin kai ko sai ngana lunjoma.
I called him and asked him, now let me come which day.
You eventually got to a hospital in Ziguinchor and you had an operation, correct?
amunda ko nyi nyala mo be inar nata Ziguinchor inar na silosoro pour ka operation ka faraloke
Ah,
Yes.
Were you able to see what was removed from your body during that operation?
o faralo nyi wicho nyi kono fo ye inar na harje la ban ka je ye men bondi jato kono ban
otumo mbe damento mbuka jero keno ba mbuka femo danke nano bake bari kabri ya bondi yake fenne kono min buko fen bolinde mulum.
Well, at that time, I cannot recognize anything. I was not seriously conscious. But when it was taken out of my body, they placed in something like a small basin.
Nya bala bondi ka keje ka biti afintale.
I can see that when they took it out and put it in that basin, it's something which was black.
Konye ni man nanu je opero ke ning afenkete kono. Na ning ay so to kono to ibe falale.
They told me if you didn't come here for this thing to be removed from your body, if it punctures inside your skin, then you would have died.
Do you know how you came to sustain that kind of problem?
yalla ne ban fo o kole anyi nar na ikono nyaadi le
Kontene man kono di mosoto.
Me, I never suffered from stomach ills.
Ala ma ko bake na dindia fa to na sasa mansia.
Well, Allah really helped me. Even during my childhood days, I really got sick.
Kabri mbota nying detention kono nga nying kala mutambala.
It was just after my detention that I realized that I got this problem.
And would you want to believe that the detention and the tortures were responsible?
amunda ilafta lala nyinna la ko dalilo membe sababu ila nyi kura sa kura wala nyina wala mindi ko yesindi dula kilim menda ninka butero man fanan kela wala sababu da nyi sa
Yeah, that's what I thought.
tembo mbuka hanya fala
Initially, I was afraid to say it.
atninga fo asakeno ye murundi koteke
Because if I talk about it, they might take me back again.
utumo hani nin e moy nyini nga kori malli banka fo ye ani malli ba
In fact, initially, when people ask me, were you all people beaten? I will say, no, they didn't beat us.
But you are taken again, weren't you?
mari nata ne murundi la ko daga fay me murundi je ko daga
ay nata murundi le
Yes, I was taken back again.
Could you tell us about that?
mo fanyo ko to bon
o keta nyame silit kelo keta silit wato min
That happened like there was a fighting in Silit.
yolal nim mo kotengol nim badin kotengol be borkan ikana
Jolas and other relatives were running, coming to,
atunte kunni hakilo baga lunkilin sorota
because personally I remember there was a day
mo asiata mo wannim fenti ngamenu jiaje bata borlalle mi ni dingul musol nin kewul
there were more than 20 people who came, women and their children who were among the group who came running.
dole jiaje ka domorol dila ngamin soto ke mako eko ila badingol be block ma fon le bitale jere
We hosted them and they said they had relatives around block and that's the area they wanted to go and visit.
simile natata
Then afterwards they left and went.
o kola duwasu alkali
And after that, the alkali at Duasu,
nata ya konye kode
he came to me and said to me,
dole ngaborlal soto mini alon ko bota kasmas
then we have received some people who were running and they are from Kazamas.
ndila badin fulolem
And they are relatives of you people, they are Fulas.
ana dingol mo kononto
The person came with his or her children, 9 of them,
na dokol fa dokol mo fula
Plus-
kaman kulima
plus 2 of his younger brothers who were grown-up males that he came along with,
anara musol musufula
plus 2 of his wives.
ra katala na ala jorangol be fanan kafunyo ma kaseno keminna
But he was able to pack all of his things, his farming implements.
ala be on fanan be kafunyo ma
He was able to collect his goats and other ruminants together.
anatan tolia
He came to our place,
duasu
Duasu.
bari
But
na masilango soto
we were afraid
rebelol kanta bandi nan kana no ma
that rebels might follow them there.
inga soto bawo nge sutele mo mbenga nyo sutele
If we can do it, because we recognize each other,
se jikinyi na ko fotumando isinano e tare ya jang
maybe they might come and stay with you here.
kay bari nim fulo lem fana mtemelonde ye mfo eneba
I asked him, well, maybe if they are Fulas, I don't know them, but did they talk about me to you?
konye hani kele borla ndol fo ngi jiale ko i borta kele olela
He said, no, these people are people running away from fighting. They ran away from.
nata jikite la pour ise nati ya esinaja nko ko di ko nko bismillah
Then I hoped on you so that you can bring them to your place here for them to stay here. I said, okay.
bije don fo inata
Then that's where I was until they came.
dol fawning alkalo fawn nata duasu alkali
They themselves came along with the alkali of Duasu.
alama yam fukela kata bantale
May Allah have mercy on him because he has passed away.
furata urarandingo
They arrived in the evening.
utumo alansoro around 5 ma fawon
This was around 5 p.m.
ye dante
They narrated their mission.
abe fonyete ko di ko hanko
They told me everything just like this. I said, is that it? They said yes.
ko alkalo e bantete moji anola mi alon ko anim beangol nin bagaso nin borlamu oto yamaranti ta alkalo ya
I said to him, I said to the alkali, but I cannot host somebody with all these implements, goats, and other ruminants. Well, I think the best thing is for us to go to the alkali.
You mean the chef or the alkali?
ko ida se fo la ma fa be alkalo
alkalo
The alkali.
Okay, proceed.
nga ajia akonye ajia ngata alkalo
He said to me, okay, host them, then we go to the alkali.
ning atetata ate duasu alkali anin kewnyim betata alkalo ya
Then myself and the alkali, the Duasu alkali and our and the man himself, we went together to our alkali.
Nin karaje nkai ko inata na nya dilla ko riman na nin wulo kono la ko nya hani inata nin manasilo la ko nya dunga kaito solo le fana.
Before we left, I asked him, how did you come here? Did you come through the bush or what? He said, no, I came by the main way, and I have also got some documents with me. Before I left, I told them I am going to leave this vicinity. If you can prepare any document for me, please make that document for me. Those are the documents they prepared for me, and I came with those documents. Here they are. I took the main road, I didn't hide, and I came by the main road. Anywhere where you have these uniform people, I have gone to them and have shown them this document. When I was crossing the border at Jiboro, I went to the police station there, and here is the document. They themselves also stamped this document. Because they agreed for me to come into the Gambia. And here is also the stamp of the alkali. I said, okay, where is the document? He gave me the document. I said, I didn't go to school, but let's go. We went to our village alkali. We narrated our story to him. I showed him the document. He told me, in fact, it is not necessary to produce a document like this, but somebody who ran away from a fighting or a war, well, let's look for a place where to host him. I said, the reason why I came to you to show you is for tomorrow. Anybody should be prepared for tomorrow. And I said to him, I will not stop at you here, I will go to the chief also. He said, no need for you to go to the chief. It's enough to stop here. I said, is that so? He said, yes. Because he said, you are somebody that many people know. Then I went to the chief, despite that. At that time, Jung Conte was the chief. Because the chieftaincy was taken away from Pirang and was entrusted to him. He said, okay, that's fine. He asked me, do you know this man? I said, no, I don't know him. I said to him, but he's my relative because we use the same language. He said, okay, whatever happens, let me know. I said, okay.
Did this person settle in your village?
Refugee?
Yes.
And what happened after that?
When we went back home,
when some of them returned home, we went back to my home. The chief advised me, whatever happens there, let me know. I said, okay. We went to my home. We were all there. We were there for a few days. The man told me, I want to go. I said, is that so? He said, yes. I said to him, but you cannot go without informing our people. I went to the alkali, I told him. Because the man was sick at that time. I went to the chief and explained to him also. The chief told me somebody who came to you and he said he ran away from fighting. But if he wants to return, let him go. That's how he left and returned. After he left, until I nearly forgot about him, one day I was just there and at night,
ngaje grupo nata men yalan ko fo piko fulalamba
I saw a group. I think either they came with 2 pickups.
il benin kidolu
They were all armed. They all had guns.
yana ko da murumuru
They surrounded my compound.
ala tina wuto mo malla
But luckily, I was not asleep by that time.
be sidin doma be karamala no murtani alquran karam
I was sitting down and I had a younger brother who was learning the Quran in Murtani.
uluna nata bang
Maybe, if I can remember, that was the day he came.
na be sidin be kajara for 12 for 1 o'clock ma fan
I was sitting and chatting with him until around 1 o'clock.
ro ngaje mol dundana soko
I saw these people coming into my compound.
inen kidolu
They were all having guns.
inata fo lo tan ko na kidolu lonkan
They came up to the point, they stood over me and pointed their guns at me.
e kidolu ndo maka
They pointed their guns at my younger
ko
brother.
munem
I said, what is it?
ikonye ko ntolle bete nyininkala ite kantol nyininka
They said, we are supposed to ask you. How can you ask us?
ento nyininka jamana umar bati
They asked and said, who is Omar Ba?
ko emfele
I said, that's me.
konye ulingata
They said, get up and let's go.
ko bari nyindo ale kidolu minkan
I said to them, but this other
ikonye
person,
itete ufonola
they said, you cannot say anything.
o nyama drong itata na bunkono
That's how they just went into my house.
be sidin community na bago be nyame
I was just sitting just as my bag is here.
na bago katarandala uto na alqurano bije ndo ma nyin aben mbaju be kanu bari mbota auto sign ngamurundi mbe kachala
Well, I had my Quran in my bag, but when I was chatting with my brother, we looked at it,
anina fenjama
plus many things which were also with me there.
yasika
They took it up.
ko na bago kana osika
I said to him, but don't take my bag.
drong inata no ma yembulol city
And they came after me and tied up my
bulu
hands.
fulo city nyol
They tied my two hands together.
kumasta kalipa
They started beating me.
don dimbal wulta
Then the family got up.
dimbal wulta wato no benin ki jafaro
When the family got up, they were all panicked.
yata 19 wol nyul dodo mu domandi malle
Because my children, these ones here, they were all small at the time.
oto mo en city belli pala bari nyane tan dingol fo be dunna wulal ba malo
Because what really scared me, my children were small, they might run into the bush.
ko nyale musol fintitana
That's the time when the women came out.
tata kumbola namus kebama
They were crying. My elder wife,
mando wato fo akono betala kari fula fo kari saba akono tinyata
she might have been pregnant 2 or 3 months, but she suffered from an abortion,
Miscarriage.
miscarriage.
wolo to kono tinyata
At that instant, she suffered from a miscarriage.
bitum yente samba wala nyama en city
That's how they took me away, tied up.
Did they search your house?
ila bungo nyi visite la ba
dun tan na bun kono ya wiste
They went in my house and searched everywhere.
Did they take anything with them?
fo e fen sota fen ta ila bungo no jela ba
ala ma ko atam fama banta sanyi fula komando ay kodo mintu
With the help of Allah, my father had died 2 years before.
Kodo
The amount of money he left with me,
akem buso kono
it was in a bag.
a bulam bus do kono
That one also was put in another bag.
ay tan nidno mañol la bari matala
I showed it to my younger brothers, but we didn't divide the money.
bari ne buso nyike ka nyikatenti ya landi
But when they were there, they will just take up the bag and put it back again down.
kanyen ka kodo lan ko ko ditembul
They asked me for money. I said to them, I don't have money.
belli palawo kan
They were beating me upon all that.
ya tangan nan le munol wafi
At that time, I had already sold my oranges.
sai ametale nimmanyina wultan nin sey ma fanna
If I can remember, it was around 18,000
ado tembo le munol si atan tolbulu baki
because we were having a lot of orange trees,
andum bukana le munol santil kando
and I don't sell my oranges in the dry season.
nkabula nin sama ma ay kuta ya
I leave them there until during the rainy season. When the rain falls on them, they will just become fresh.
ngawo wafi o kodo bije
I sold that, and that money was there.
anin fen kote ngol malon dal manna belon no
And some other things, I cannot remember all other things.
In all, how much cash did you have in your house?
se ka fu no nyoma kado nyi jelle tartanu je
na lem na kodo to mbeji kirin nun ko wultan nin sebi jele
I can remember that the orange money was 18,000.
How about the inheritance from your father?
al fama la kodo nyin dum al nyana men keta la o jelle di
o tembo ay uli mo anin woro wala nyontule
He left about $27,000 with us.
bari matala bari ndoma yulunga kontile ko nga atuje
We didn't divide the money, but my younger brother said, let me keep the money there.
mo sambade
They didn't take that money
ati maje
because they didn't see it.
ika sikal tenti ya landi
They will just take up the bag and put it back down.
baro ko la hani mbama mbanda ala sanol
But even my mother, my late mother's gold,
don mu kewol damalete man muso soto nimme wuluta
we are all male sons that my mother got. We didn't have any female among us.
asanol kenum fenko nga city abije laren
I put those golds into something and tied it up. It was lying down there.
masika tumolo mba ngamuta ko itolle asam katu manaje koteke
I didn't remember when they took it up, but I never saw that gold again from that day.
How much money did they take?
kodo jellelta bunkono je
odo hakilo e mimuta olam ultan ni seti
The money I can remember was the 18,000.
defa ona bago kono min bije wato malon oto mo do manin bije
I cannot remember how much was in my bag, but there was some money.
fengo hani namontor kuto min be mbulu wato ya bele samba
Even the new watch, which was on my hand, they took it away.
amusolla kunelu kati wol fana la mabe fengo li wol be samba
They broke my wife's boxes, and even valuables in those boxes were taken away.
Valuables like what?
kumbal men kamunta ko mu
manna lo musolu ye mene table ye minte ko kodo tajede anin ila sano dol bare manna wolo
The women said some of their gold and money were taken away, but I cannot remember. I don't know the amount.
wol man hani wol be nyande den tekungol la
They were afraid. They were just thinking of me, how I will be saved.
naram furata moto la pour kambula ngabula moto ko ne manso yen jasle ina murun kan city koteke
When we went up to the vehicle, for me to board the vehicle, they kicked my legs under me and they tied my legs again
kam mbulandi moto kono
and put me on board the vehicle.
Where did they take you?
ye samba min tole
yen samba ning yen samba birkama
They took me to Brikama.
moto nyim faw hakilo ba kan nomba faw tala
The vehicle had no number, I can remember.
yata moto do nyi wotata
The first vehicle had already departed.
Where did they take you?
ye samba min tole
nata birkama e man samba police station yen samba gunjur silo ka wo ba min bije lotaje
They didn't take me to the Brikama police station when we arrived there. There was a bar on the road, on the Gunjur road. That's where they took me to.
dol dunta konoto
Some of them went inside the bar.
e metaje
They were there for quite a long time.
mo kelin foy ido ku nyolem ba
One person, whether they were working with him,
woto mo waylo ne ngalo bari malo nun ka faka anika do kuke
he knew me and I knew him, but I didn't know that he was working with them.
What's his name?
atodu
ka fay buba bajo
They call him Buba Bajo.
bari arma yam fukela ya fanam fatale
May Allah have mercy on him. He also passed away.
anata en jube moto kono
He came and looked at me inside the vehicle.
ako mone keta
He said to me, Omar, what has happened?
kay ko man fenket
I said to him, well, I didn't do anything.
ngam fanje nyin kono lo
I saw myself in this condition.
adunte ka ani mo kilin nata
He went in and came out with one person.
kal kan city munem
He asked them, why are you tying this man?
anali akila bine dankulala
Even if you call him, he will come and answer to you people.
ko al ka city ten ala firing
Why do you have to tie him like this? Untie him.
fon jimita en singol firing
That man bent down and untied my legs.
nyin do nata o kay ko kana nyin firing na kanata itela
Another one came and said, don't untie him. If he escapes, then you will be responsible.
What were they doing at that bar?
o ba nyin to de tarta mun ke ga o ba nyin to je
o bato njikita ko itata kabun ka ko laje katu ntabe motole kono
Well, what was happening in the bar, I thought they went to do the culture of the Kabunkas there because they left me inside the vehicle.
be moto kono dame nyaka jero ke je mol minula
While I was inside the vehicle, but what I was seeing people doing in the bar,
wolde ngalon ko wol tata mingol la
well, what I realized was that those people were drinking.
do nata mulo freeing akoy ko ala freeing I free demanding nata freeing demanding.
Then they decided to untie part of my hands.
When these people returned, were they smelling of anything? I didn't say the law.
Really.
So they consumed alcohol. That's your testimony.
Yes.
Okay, and from there you proceeded to where?
Ko wato manna long katada men katum kabri nate kun kana kun wuli nin salo munebe katamin dole.
Well, when they came, I didn't know where we were going, because when they returned, they said I shouldn't even raise up my head to see where we were heading to. They said, let me bend down my head. If I didn't do that, they will sit on me inside the vehicle. I know those people are more powerful than me. If I disobey them, I will suffer. I agreed, and I bent down my head.
Where were you eventually taken?
Then what happened was, I just opened my eyes inside the NIA compound in Banjul.
Can you tell us what happened while you were there?
When we arrived there, they opened a cell door. They put me inside. The place they put me in, it's a house in a house.
A room in a house.
A room in a room, yes.
Or a room in a room.
They opened the door and I went in. They opened another place where I entered also. They told me this is where you are going to stay.
Were you alone there?
Yes, I was alone.
Okay. And then what happened afterwards?
They left me there. I spent 12 days in that cell.
During that 12 days, were you charged with a crime?
When I was there, after every 2 days, 1 day or 2 days, they will call me and ask me, where are the cattle and where is the money? I didn't see any cattle and I didn't see any money.
Did they take you to court?
No, they didn't take me to court.
Did they allow you to consult with a lawyer?
My people even didn't know where I was. They were just roaming around. They went and talked to some lawyers.
Itol ena kilingol data ndo manyinje kaiko ning alafta puruka mtebel abe wuli kemere sign na.
They went to my younger brother and said to him, if he wants to bail me, he has to sign $100,000. If I run, now it will not be him alone. He will look for somebody who is also going to sign the same amount.
So you are to be bailed for $200,000. By two sorties, 100,000 each.
Yes,
But before all this bail thing came about, did they do anything to you?
Yes, they did something to me.
Tell us.
They beat me.
Can you tell us who beat you?
Really, I don't know them.
But you know some of them.
Yes, when I was taken out of the cell, after this first arrest, my younger brother bailed me. I went home.
This first arrest, when during which you stayed for 12 days at the NIA, did they do anything to you?
Ni muta follow nyingi muta follow men kela tem foye til tang anim fulake NIA akenyi ni kawala foye ku kela laba keliba
so mandai kanale kallipa
They will come in the morning and beat me.
ari mbuka lo mimu
But I don't know who are they.
men dia ta sake aita
Whatever they want, they do it with me and go.
At this stage, who was responsible for your case at the NIA?
sa nyin tembe no wato la jumal tarta marali nun ila in case la NIA je
akilo be menu kan
The ones I can remember,
for the bari
for the bari.
ngawoje wotumo lunkilin sotote infintindi nam banta
I saw him during that time. One day they brought me out.
sita pour ka fonyo ta domande
I sat down just to take some air.
abe santo
He was upstairs.
enje ngamo asarta mulka menu bije
He saw me and I heard him shouting at people who were there.
amo do tata no ma kay mune nyim fintindi
I heard when one of them went to see him, he told them, what brought this man out?
kay ko nyin mala fonyo ya fe banta amurundi
He said, I don't want this man, even the air, to touch him. Return him back.
ye murundi wonya
I was taken back inside.
are wolu mimbe juti la je
But that day, the man on duty,
ika fayne jina
they call him Jina.
nala diamo do ata
Gina, male or female?
gina nyin kewalam bang
wala
fonso
ke sungola ma sembo soto tendo man
A short man who
kam
is
lamen koleti
he's a short man and a well-built person. He said he's from Lameng.
Yes, and who else?
ninjuma
Can you
kotek
recall?
ni sakilo si memma
anin for the bari
And for Ebari,
anin sukuta jamme
and Sukuta Jamme,
anin bamba mane
and Bamba Mane,
And
anin demba sise
and Demba Sise.
demba sise be mol kono minu nata arrestro la soko
Demba Sise was one of those people who came to arrest me at home.
and anybody else?
fo do ko tan de be jele ba
atare fa yena muso silandi je ka fa ni mam bojam be bunna kidole
In fact, he was the person who threatened my wife to say that if you don't leave this area, I will shoot you.
Okay. Couldn't you recall anybody else?
kilo si do ko tan muta no le bang ni mol ko la men fote
Let me remind you the names you have
badu
mentioned.
ni hakilo bulande mol tol men fo
Odebari,
fode bari
Bamba Mane,
bamba mane
Sukuta Jame,
sukuta jame
Demba Sise.
demba sise
Do you recall anybody else?
o hakilo e do fana muta le bang
na jina fananto fo ne
And Gina, yes.
jina yo fole
wala mun namuta foloti
Okay. So during this period, were you beaten at all?
ni wato kono je fo ye lipale bang famfank
illi pale fanfa
I was beaten very well.
aro tembo minu kana lipa mbukelo mbukano jomana
But those who come to beat me up, I don't know them.
Okay. So after 12 days, you were released on bail.
til tan nim fula ko koma nyato inara ne bula beliro kan
Yes.
Were you again rearrested?
inara ne mudale kota banke arrest ban kotanke ba elo beliri ko la
kabinin seta
When I went home,
ikonye ko isina report ola
they told me to come back and report.
ko e bismillah
I said, okay.
nada report ola sinya kilin fula
When I came to report once, twice,
do ma konye ko ngawuli mwanne lulu dila
my younger brother said to me, they said, let me give them
the
25,000
case fa yebula
so that they will kill the case and release you.
Did your brother tell you who asked for the $25,000 he bribe to kill the case?
elo do ma nyim fo aya fo ne jumale o wili mo ngani lulo nyin kanin pour ka dila ke dukala
ani amo mo fanye
No, he didn't tell me.
Was that money paid?
o ko do nyin jotale ba
de kayna ko kana jo ka tunte man sunyar ke mam mo barama mam man sara ko dita kana fenjo
I told him, don't pay it. I didn't steal. I didn't wound any person. I didn't destroy the government's property. I didn't do anything. Don't pay the money.
akonye be min kono tela febo kon
He said to me, the trouble you are in, I want to extricate you from that trouble.
ka bar ne nyin ko ne ko di na sai nalta da kito to ite o ko be kala nyadi
I said to him, now, if you pay this money to this man and we went for a court, now, what are you going to do?
ka kana ko dila
I said to him, don't give them the money.
dila
If you give them the money,
alonko amandianye andunte yamfule
you will know that I will not like it and I will not forgive you.
nim kodomuda ni to le ndefa
I told them, get hold of this money. If they kill me,
se famma ko ka nyunu isem fanole
you will help yourself with this money because these people can kill me.
to maron fana ta dile maron
Because so then after that, I don't know whether he gave it to them or not.
famati janga be atamatale
He himself is not in the country presently. He has traveled.
kombina ja ko nkanana
When I wanted to come here, he said, let me not come here.
kay mbinale
I said to him, I will come.
minken na ngafo
What they did to me, I will narrate.
Well, you did the right thing, and thank you for coming.
ye ku kende bale ka jeng andum be jayla
It is important that people in this country know what has happened during these 22 years of Jammeh.
abe kumaya la pour mol membe bankun kan isa long men keta nyim bankun kan ya jambe la sanji mo ngani fula maralo nyin kono.
So you are reporting to the NIA during this period what happened?
Amunde tarta nun kata ke faytandi NIL watu ni wati iko watu men dila mun nata nake kotanke
kiring kote ke entara report ole muta kote ke mbulandi selo
One day I went there to report. They arrested me again and put me in a cell.
ko mune mi konya ko
I asked them what has happened.
kibaro le natan tole ko ngemuta
Well, they told me that we got information that we should arrest him.
Did they say where that order came from?
fo ya fo ne ba o kan nyin abota min dole
ay ko kan bote santole wala fanya
They said the order came from the top.
And did you have any understanding where the top, or did you have any understanding who was being referred to as the top?
biri yo fo ya nata ne la fahamuro to le banko e be jumalla e be ni yo fo e be jumalla ka fo kan bota sandole
konya mangani ke nyinin kanu bake kat ndanta wala
I was afraid to ask them. That's where I stopped.
sonta yembula selo kono
I agreed. They put me in a cell.
During this period of detention, did they do anything to you?
ni waro men ne tarta maroko no jeto je fo inata na kudo fanan kele ba
Yes.
Tell us.
fo nyamba
ando manata anata ta namulia atata Usain Dabo
My younger brother went to Usainu Dabo
kain jakalta am koto mala kura
and said to him that I am really in doubt of my brother's
kati
affair.
kamutala sa maro kamuta munna fe
But nowadays they arrest him and I don't know why they are arresting him.
wonata lawyer dinna
He took a lawyer for me.
wala Mariama Dentindi
That's Mariam Dentin.
ko selonye
And so that she will stand for me.
ba fara mamma be barndo mai orfanya
When they were saying that I was not there, but this is what my brother narrated to me.
Do you know whether Mariam Dentin did anything to
Wait.
secure your release?
fo yala na fo mariama den din fa ku kele banka je ko ya so do puri sibula
o tembo ay min fonye kabri ngabelo soto koteke
At that time, what he told me, after I secured another bail again,
But before you secured a bail, did the NIA officers do anything to you during this second time of detention?
janning ibe beliro sotola ni muta fulan nyawodo fo NIL ku ye ku soto ndala ba yemen kela ba
imuta fulanja manna ku kenna woloto
no, during this other arrest, they didn't do anything to me at that point.
Okay, let's go back to the first arrest.
sila ngamuru muta fulan muta folo nyinto
You said during that arrest you were beaten.
iko wato men ne be mutala ye lipale
And you said you could not recall, you do not know who was doing the beating.
andu ye info ko hakilo ma mutano jumal tarta nun kawli baro kela
Yes.
In your statement,
le kuma kan safere ngoto jang
this is what is written.
yemen safeje wala mnyindi mbina men fole
You said, I did not capture the names of these officers and their portfolios, but I knew one, Demba Sise, who was part of the team that arrested me, and he was an NIA officer.
iko nyin wato men na te no kan dingiranto menu na te no kan je ime sude bari mo kilimbe je menu na te no ka yew sude ka me Demba Sise
Is that true?
wala mu tonyati ba
You went on to say that during this period I was beaten, tortured to the extent that they put electric shock on my legs. Is that true?
Akonyi watu wenye yemen foje wala nyinde ko nyiliparo nyi wicho kono ye lipa fo ina waya ta courant waya tika yake isingol bala futonya la fanande.
Yes, that's the last time. Because I have not yet finished.
Okay. You said the first one they tortured you.
Ko muda follow nyi ye lipale.
You were billed for $200,000, is 2 Gambian sorties, 100,000 each.
Ye bill bari belo ni member kunna tolo wala nyinti ko mo fula wala be sanka yala kunkilina be men lahiro tala wala nyinti ko dal civil keme abe wala jolo ning ayatra image wala bakala dal civil keme fulati.
Yes.
And you are detained again a second time.
Nata ne bulo le kan ko take ye muta ye sindi dula gele sinya fula nyawto.
Yes.
This second time you said you were not beaten.
In sinya fula nyawo nyin kabri ye muta ko imeli pa.
No. Was there a third arrest, a third detention?
Fomuta sabanyawo fana na sotale ba.
Ye mutomin kana nama lulosi.
The times I was arrested, if it is not 5 times,
Tanyin hakilo mama barasiata back.
I cannot remember all, but there were many times when I was arrested. Afterwards, they came back to me and told me to go and answer to them. When I came,
okay, let's deal with the second detention. Usainu gave you a lawyer, Mariam Denton.
Usainu a lawyer di like of me Mariama Denton.
Yes.
Okay. Did she take any steps to secure your release as far as you know?
Oh, I simfa danya Taliban purukaje ko ye bulabang. Ko ila londor na memfu nafra dale ila londor.
Asakeno le katun watun tebe bulol to malo.
It might be possible, but I was under custody. I was not aware of anything else.
But
I was unable to see her there until when I came out. So after I came out, one day I went to Usainu Dabo. That's the time he told me, your lawyer is Mariam Denton. Go and see her. I went to Mariam Denton. She told me that I went to look for you, but I was unable to see you. I tried by all means, but I was unable to see you. Then afterwards, I didn't know what else she did.
On this second occasion, how did you secure your release?
Sila nyimuda fulanja onying. Inata na mukata kulele fere fo inata na ibula.
Nanyi mutadonyi fulanja. Okay. Ngajela dronko yen kumandi somanda mfinte konye kota ila belo nga extend fo nyato isinamurna.
One day, it was just one day in the morning, they called me. When I went to answer to them, they said to me, your bail has been extended. Now you can go till later.
On this second detention, for how long were you detained?
Nyimuda fulanja onying. Itarata Morocco no for what jelu?
I think I spent a week there.
During this period, were you taken before a judge?
Nyimuda fulanja onying wijo onying kono. Fo yesamba kiti tela kudula nyati lona laba.
I was never taken to any court.
Okay. So after your release this second time, how long did it take before you were again rearrested?
Ye bula nying sinya fulanja onying. I wati jelel ta jani be mudala kotanke.
I cannot remember the exact time, but they are not far apart. It might be 2 weeks or a little bit more than 2 weeks. They called me to come to the NIA. The moment I arrived there, they said, now you are going into the cell again. If I can remember, that was either my 3rd or 4th arrest.
What was the allegation?
At that time, they didn't tell me anything.
Who had responsibility for your case during this 3rd or 4th time?
Jumala katara maraling ila muta rol bicho nyingono muta sabanyaw nyi muta nani nyaw juma katara ila kuwala
namuta nani njaw ngaje na sefo jun konte na taje.
During my fourth arrest, I remember that our chief, Jung Conte, came there.
Anata yemfindini nang ayin konto na nyo konto.
When he arrived there, they took me out, we exchanged greetings.
Before that, let's talk about who was responsible for you while you were at the NIA.
Sila ngadia mu nyimfana nga jansene andi folo. Tembo mena be nung NIA, jumal tarti maraling ila kuwala nung NIA ji.
Mawolom baring kamunu taraje o tembo.
I don't know that, but the people I found there at that time,
Bamba Sise Bamba Mane nyolti.
there are people like Bamba Mane,
Demba Sise,
Demba Sise,
Sukuta Jamme,
Sukuta Jamme,
anin do ka fay Jina.
and one called Jina.
Mo jama won ñun franke to nka moyde do moto fola do ngamuta.
And these people, I'm not acquainted to them. I just listened when they were calling each other. I just try and capture their names.
This period, were you also beaten?
Nintembe na fana fo ye bude la fana wato fana na laba bada fo ye lipa laba.
Ñindo e manna muta lipa.
No, they didn't beat me this time.
Okay.
Inatam belle ko ñe ila belo fana nga fenkele. Ibitale folo. Ni sulata be killale.
And they told me again that yeah, your bail has been extended. Go. When we need you, we will call you.
Earlier on, we were trying to find out all the details of your torture.
Komando lafta kame be sabati de wala nyindi ko kol beta is bulata nyono manyame le parol nyi bulata nyono
And you told us that you were electrocuted
and
during your third detention.
Ye infonye janko ye mas kurangola lako ila muda sabanya onyi wicho onyi kono.
Njiketa ko namutu nani nyawala.
I think that it was during my fourth arrest.
Okay, so a minute ago we were talking about your third arrest, correct?
Minute dandan komando be diamu kam fanna men wala mu ila muda sabanya onyi.
So this, okay, the first arrest you stayed for 12 days.
Muda follow nyinde ko itarta maroko no fo tiltang anim fula.
The second arrest you stayed for 1 week.
Muda fula njango nyi itarta lokun killing.
And you were again beaten, but you do not know who beat you.
Anu yeli pa jele bare menu fana ye men fango yeli pa emelo.
The third arrest you were not beaten.
Muda sabanya onyi iko emeli pa.
Third detention you were not beaten.
Muda sabanya onyi iko emeli pa.
Do you recall how long you stayed in detention?
Yalo ne itarta maroko no fo wati jelle.
Namuta sabanyaw.
Yes, my
ha
third
muda
arrest.
sabanya.
Muta sabanyaw mutil nan med.
I spent 4 days there after my third arrest.
During this period, were you taken before a court?
Ni wato wicho onyi kono fo ye samba kitio nyati lingola laba.
Inene man samba.
They never took me to court.
Okay. How long after your third detention were you rearrested?
I wati jellel si biring ila muta sabanya onyi ye bula I wati jellel ta janni be muta la kotanke. Mbekala nani njangoti.
Nani njaw wo fana e wati ndin tale de. Tumando lokun fula o lokun saba.
That one also took a little while, maybe 2 to 3 weeks.
Dunkili yen kumandi do e konye ko nganandango.
One day they just called me and told me to come and answer.
Do you recall who would call you to come and answer?
O hakilo sa muta no jumal ke kumandi akoy kafo nene dango.
Demba Sise.
Demba Sise.
Hakilo go kan.
That I can remember.
Nga kan o sutele.
Because I recognize his voice.
So when you arrived for this fourth detention, did they beat you or did they not?
Biring ifuta takane dango nyum kumandiri nani njawo nyinda. Fo yeli pale ban fo emeli ba.
Wolu ngai man lipa.
That very day they didn't beat me.
Atili fula ke je tilo sabanjaw.
I spent 2 days there till the third day,
Ata til nani njaw.
till the fourth day.
Inatam fintini ne ensa manam fode baria.
They took me out and took me to Fodebari.
Akonye nke tu mi minna wala mko.
He told me what we accused you is
Ikumu bambanta bake.
you are a strong-headed person.
Eda mare faraba.
Are you the only person in Faraba?
Nkai ko hani.
I said no.
Akonye ko ite nkamin fo ma wala mnyindi ko munem ite opposition no drone be opposition drone. Obe kala nyadile.
He said to me, what we are saying about you is you are always with the opposition, just with the opposition. What is it?
Nkai ko ngawle kano pour kataraje.
I said to him, that's what I loved to be. And
Akonye yo ibajalele.
he said to me, well, you will see.
Bidung another Salmina yol kumandi.
Then he called Salmina.
Salmina who?
Salimina Juma.
Salmina drame.
Salmina Drame.
And what did he tell them?
Ay muna fo Salimina Nyolie.
Fana niya jenga Salmina tolong wato ma faulong.
Before, I didn't know Salmina, and I might not have known him. But when they called his name, I captured the name.
Akai ko ise strong timo nyini nyale na nyin sambalia interrogate.
He told him to go and look for a strong team. Let them come for this man and go and interrogate him.
Nadan samba koma.
They took me behind. They tied my legs with cables.
Kamas.
And they started electrocuting me.
Inada filo do ilafta filo do sidlana do to malafinga wotofo.
They wanted to tie a cable to a part of my body which I don't want to mention. I said no. If you are ready to kill me, just kill me. But I will not agree to what you want to do.
How many of them?
There were 3.
Salmina
Salmina was in front. One was behind. He caught my 2 hands. He put his hands under my armpits and got hold of my hands. And at that time, they told me to strip off. I took off my shirt and trousers. They told me to take off my underwear. I said, no, I will not take that one out.
How long did the electrocution last?
It was very painful. It was very painful.
Were they doing anything else to you apart from electrocuting you?
No.
Did they beat you during that time also?
No, they were just electrocuting me. My 2 toes. My 2 toes were tied with wires, but the pain, I cannot describe it.
Do you recall on what you were placed?
I was made to sit down on the ground.
Do you recall the paint in that room?
Not in a room. I was taken outside. Just around Fodebari's office, just nearby there. That's where they took me to.
As far as you know, did Fodebari know what was happening?
Ila londoro fo ya mira fo Fodebari ay alon bang alon membe keri numba.
He knew because he talked to my younger brother.
No, the question is, he, Fodebari, said, according to you, he wants a strong team for interrogation. But what happened was that you were tortured. Is that true? Yes.
That day they didn't beat me. I was electrocuted.
Did Fodebari know that you were being electrocuted?
According to my observation, it was an order given by him because he told them to take me. Because I was in his office when he gave orders, and these people called each other and they took me out. And during that time, one of my younger brothers came whose biological father and my biological father were closely related. He was also a soldier. He went to Fodebari.
command la kongata automatic telephone receive.
One said to the other, our boss has called me. At that time, he had received a phone call.
Ko e bulolo sign o tata anata murna kongata.
He told them to wait. They stopped, and later on he came and said, "Let me go."
Kongana den ko dum anin kurto.
They told me to wear my shirt and my trouser.
Ko e ko hani.
I said no.
Ando fo mala bita mun kelana.
I said, I don't know what you are going to do to me. If you are going to release me, I'll wear my clothes. Then later on, I decided to wear my trousers. I just put my shirt over my shoulder. I climbed up. When my younger brother saw me, he put his hand on his mouth. I don't know what he discussed with Fodebari. They were speaking in English. My younger brother told me to wear my shirt. I wore my shirt and I sat down. But I knew that his discussion with Fodebari was not lively. I personally, in fact, told my younger brother, stop this argument because you are a soldier, because you're this government. I don't want to have any problem because of me.
What's the name of your brother?
They call him Sambaba. Now he has gone to America.
Akonye palaso munyawanya palaso umuneti konye ntetula jankatuko imemuta tonyaka.
He said to me, what position? Position for what? Because you were not arrested on any truth. He told me that in Fula. He just told me to wait. I will discuss with Fodebari. He told Fodebari, every time you arrest this man and bring him here, and nothing, and whatever you arrest him for is not material. So now, why don't you take him to a court? You think that this man don't have relatives? This government belongs to all of us. If you want to continue doing things like this, something will emerge that you cannot control. I don't speak English. I don't speak English, but I told him, no, just leave it. Just don't argue with him. He told me, you will leave this place. Whatever they took from you and the things they stole from you, they will return it to you. Whether they give it back to you or not, but you will not stay here. What he discussed with Fodebari, I don't know. Because I cannot understand English. He told me, let's go, and we went downstairs. He told me, go and collect your belongings. Whatever they give back to you, take it. I was very, very stressed because of him that day. Then I left.
Okay. So, on the first detention, you were released on bail, 200,000. The second detention, you were released on self-bail. Third detention, that bail was extended. That
was the time they said my brother should give them 25,000. I said no. I resisted. I told him not to give them the money.
And then you were allowed for the bail to continue, the previous bail to continue.
And is on the bail following year continue. Yes.
And the fourth occasion, your brother Sambaba came and secured your release.
And mutanani njangolem idoma Sambaba nata ay feroke puri yebula.
At what stage did Jung Conte come to find you at the NIA?
Wati juma lo jung kontenata hanfo ayetara NIA mutajuma kono.
wala mun namuta sabanyawti
That was during my third arrest.
ay ye malon fatelem ban fonyi non le ba ye APRC bayol pisol nati jama
I don't know whether it was him or somebody else, but they came along with clothes, a lot of APRC clothes.
mboni lan selo kono
When they brought me out of the cell,
konye mala fidi amuna jam
they told me, we don't want any talk here.
ko itolie ko
Jumako,
jung
Jung said to them,
ko nyin na be wuluta sare kilindi
I was born in the same village with this man.
yo nene malon fensikala
I never knew for him to be a thief.
ani suse nene mamo ya mutanye bulwande ya tumala
Even a chicken, I've never heard him accused that he stole it or
Ate-
something like that.
nate pati kilinde
We are not in the same party,
bari mbadi wala
but he is my relative.
konye Omar ise ajube jangana be kala pisa woroti o rowla ya sika ya sembele dimbale ye tala
He told me, Omar, look among these clothes here, even if it is 4 or 5 rolls or 6, take it and take it to your family.
ya moy bayni nyunu tem
So that can be the end of the problem between you and these people.
What was he suggesting to you?
tarra kamune
In plain terms, please tell us.
atarra ke keso mun hakil sifalla asanandi mole atarra kam miral sifalle dida
wala aka fonyele ko ngabula APRC noma ngabo UDP noma atenku ngande nganyinta ni APRC bayo ya jame bayo mimbala ngata mangata na dimbaltem ngande ngabang
His plan was for me to leave the UDP and join the APRC party, and so that I can take those clothes, because they are APRC clothes with Yaya Jammeh's pictures on them, with Yaya Jammeh's portrait on them. Let me take it to my family and share it among them and keep quiet.
konkana diamu ngai ko ikonkana diamu bare fo wole natija
He said, let me not talk. I said to him, let me not talk. Is that what brought me here?
ngamu fo e oketro
He said, no, just do what I said.
Did the NIA personnel agree to that?
ena do gulani fanan sonta kuma kan wala ba
ani wol be sitting ani wol le liafo
They were all sitting down. He said he discussed this with all of them.
demelo mbakede
I don't know them well.
wolu ani min bije barani wol akonyele ni nyulu diamu tara afan da antulo
On that day, he himself
abe balure ne na mam balang
said that he has discussed with these people and he is alive unless he refuses.
ngainte nyintala
I said, I will not take this.
Did Jung occupy any position in your village?
fo jung makamo babulu alla sa do jere ba
utembo atelem sefoti
He was the chief at that time.
And you rejected their offer?
amunta balanta ila kanindrola
wallahi manso
Wallahi, I refused.
It was after that you were released on bail.
amunta o ko kirin kola la minar na bel dila yebula
okola nata tarajele ndoma nata ko embele ko ngase
And after that, it was the time that my brother came. They said they have bailed me, let me go home.
wolu mambero so do wolunde
But I didn't get the bail on that day. And I didn't take the clothes.
juntata
June left.
e murundi selo ko
They took me back to the cell.
And after how many days were you released?
munta o ko kirin kola tili jedu si nar nebula
okola ngamira ko nimmanyina ngatiri fulala keje natambula
If I can remember, I spent another 2 days there, then later they released me.
And you came back a fourth time, that's when you were electrocuted.
munta ina na o sinya nani njango ando sinya nani njango la wato la ye mas kurangola
And that was
Yes.
when Sambaba secured your release.
ando wato la msamba ba o nar na asoto pour ke bula
After your release, did you travel out of the country?
biri ye bula fo ina na tamale ka findi banko kamba
Yes,
Where did you go?
itara min tole
ntata Dakar
I went to Dakar.
Did anything happen in your absence?
ku gunata na soto kelabang iko ma jamba
na kafunyo ma malieno
I had a Malian friend.
rakeo abenu birkama
He's a fuller man. He was then staying at Brikama.
wole ye badi muso do alaftanye ni la Dakar
He wanted to marry a relative who was resident in Dakar.
atata je kaente muso dino lele ya samba Gambia man Gambian koje nse adino minna ite dammane atente okenola.
They told him, well, we cannot give you a wife here. You take her to Gambia without somebody coming from the Gambia whom we can look upon.
After that personal trip, when you returned to Gambia, did you find anything to do with the NIA?
Biring ibota Gambia banko kanja itara ifan ikunga itara Dakar imurunta nang fo inara na fentara jang NIA jamo inar NIA nar na kudo fanan du nyote malaba.
Anin kon lafta ka wala fo enunde.
That's what I wanted to come to.
Are o maje ko NIA ngaje ko fo NIA Brikama police ban fo minto karo.
But that I cannot categorically say they were the NIA or the Brikama police.
Let's say authorities.
Say ngaforong nyaronko.
Authorities and Nyatonko may not be the
authorities wolem menu marata kuola.
Kantiol.
Lua bundato. Biring Nata, when you returned, did you receive any information concerning the Brikama police?
Biring inata ibot nang tamo la inata. Fo inata na kibar soro la banka suji ning Brikama police la ko.
Biring tata angkaf nyomala musoka manata.
When I went for my friend's wife and I returned back.
Namusol konye ko he ite tata wato ngati lule keje tililu.
When I went to Dakar, I spent 5 days there.
Namusol soto nanata.
They gave me this man's wife and I came with her. When I came, I went to my home in Faraba.
Namusol konye ko mol nata jane fo police holen fo NIL inata yenyininka nkom meje ye dulal viste fo kasele bon santo ke yenyinika dulal be yenyini.
When I returned home, my wife told me, well, I don't know whether it was the NIA or the Brikama police, but people came here looking for you. They searched every nook and cranny in this compound. In fact, they climbed on top of the roofs looking around for you. I said to them, yes, they will arrest me again. But if Allah didn't destine that my life will end with them, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Most likely I will escape. Because I didn't commit any crime. They said, now what? I said, no, I know what to do. Whatever I have, I took it out and gave it to my wives. The man whose wife I went to collect, I went back to him. That was the day we were supposed to organize an honorable get-together for the guests who came to attend the ceremony. We did that get-together. I said to the man whose wife I brought, I said to him, I am going to report to the police. I said to him, I met a news in my home. They said the police came to my home, and if I didn't go to answer to them, when they see me, they will arrest me. But if I go there by myself, I will know what has happened. He said to me, let's go together. I said, no. You are a stranger. This is Yaya government. If you come with me, they might arrest you too. And there's nothing I can do about it. I said to him, sit down. If you don't see me up to 5 p.m. Because at that time my wife was there, I said to them, if you don't see me till 5 p.m., just convey him to the compound. The others are there. Let him go and join them. I gave him telephone numbers of OJ and Usainu. I can remember, and who else? And my younger brother who has traveled, but by that time he was around. If time goes up to 5:30 and you didn't see me, call these people and tell them that I went to Brikama police, but I have not returned. When I went there, the moment I arrived there,
Ni konto ne nyo konto konye kuje jamaa mwite nganto fo konye yo tamina je nsamba koma.
After exchanging greetings with them, they asked me, "Who are you?" I gave them my name. Then they said, "Okay, pass, go behind."
Konye sija.
They told me to sit down.
Konga muneke.
I said, "What have I done?"
Konye tolte ofono le.
They said, "We cannot tell you that."
Ibaro le nata nye ko nyanta kete arrest.
We got news that we should arrest you.
Did they tell you where that news came from?
Yeah,
or where those orders came from?
Foya foende mo kibaro nyi warando kangu nyi ngabura mindole.
Tele nyini kanko ko kango botaming.
I asked them, "Where did that order come from?"
Ko kibaro lo bote santo.
They said the news came from the top.
Oh, ingate no mandate no meje.
So that we can go for you. When we went there, we couldn't see you.
Saibe tarla jande fon kango sota.
Now you will stay here until we get new orders.
Ko fonde mo kilno la min sembel.
I said to them, "Can't I call anybody who can bail me?"
Konye hani.
They said no.
Yen sindije wala nya.
That's how they sat me down there.
Proceed.
Enten.
Osilo on tarta je fo so kuda.
I was there till it was dark.
Inata fonye ko nga mo kile.
Then they told me that we have sent a message out.
Mbije fo moto jana ta moto film.
Later on, I saw a black vehicle came,
Konye yo sai bitale.
and they said to me, "Now you will go."
Baro kono
But within that period,
police dol tarta je wole kuma kunta jama fonye.
there were some people who said some very bad things to me.
Kabiri natan kama ye konga bula motora.
When they came and that vehicle came, they said, "Let me board that vehicle."
Abije o police do bije jola kamano je kafa ne kunchi kafa seni kunchi.
There was a Jola man who is called Seni Kunchi.
Yan samba wala nyama.
That's how they took me away.
What about Seni Kunchi?
Seni kunji dum.
Nyewol bele tata.
I went along with them.
Ngamo itolel kafa seni kunchi.
I heard them calling his name Seni Kunchi.
Kuma kunta jama fonye.
He told me a lot of nonsense there,
Menu sen kanora.
Like what?
which I cannot repeat.
Men kamunda komu.
Anneng.
They were insults.
Kuma furin jama fonye.
Many nasty words.
Anem piran kambano do bije.
Plus somebody, a man from Pirang.
Nkai ko barite de.
I said to him, "But you,
Inform wala manin cool Kenya banne wote de hanyela nyim folanye.
it's just because of the uniform and the situation, but without that, you don't have the daring mind to tell me
Did
anything."
they tell you what you did?
Foya foende ba yemenke ba.
Na
Fo ya foende ba yemenke.
man fem fonye.
They didn't tell me anything.
Konye kibaro le soto kabu santo.
They just said they had orders from the top.
Okay, so you were moved to another station.
Amunda inarne samba station door.
Yem sama station.
Which one this time?
Ori station juma nyindo.
Yem ni moto kono yen samba ndata mfanje tujeren station.
They put me on board that vehicle, then I later saw myself at the Tujereng station.
Je kay nga sutele ko mbe tujeren station.
Then I recognized there that this place is Tujereng station.
Yen samba ni gunjur ma fon la.
We took the route through Gunjur.
Ngamo ene wol kadiam wol ko ite mutano la je.
I had them talking with those people, but those people said they cannot hold me there.
Rara tujeren.
We went to Tujereng.
Me atina ko ngalon ko tujeren station
The
nembe.
reason why I came to know that this place is Tujereng station,
Muso do taraje inform tala.
I found a woman there, a lady she was not in uniform,
Bari madi wolem.
but she was my uncle's daughter.
Na man dali bake.
We are not well acquainted,
Bari ka sutele ato fon mamuta.
but I recognize her. I cannot even remember her name.
Amo ene o diamuta je.
They discussed with her.
Uko eko nyim mota maradulaten tol buluja.
Then she also told them, "We have no place to keep this
Amo
man."
itol fon ka fonyo.
Ala Maradula. They don't have jurisdiction.
Maradula is where to keep somebody. Mara is to keep.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. I thought it meant jurisdiction in this particular context, but go ahead.
Tenten.
nata mbondi je koteke
They took me away from there.
amo itol damal ka fonyo e ko nyalo nyanta no anyanta tala makatle bar sai ngata foro ngajube mbakele nyame.
I heard them discussing among themselves, saying that this, you know, that he should have gone to Makati, but let's go along with him and see what we are going to do with him.
Tata silo mina malo.
The route they took, I don't know.
Natam fanje Yundum station.
I just saw myself at Yundum station. They took me out and put me in a cell.
Were you alone in that cell?
They brought somebody to me in that cell. I don't know whether he was a madman, but he decided to defecate in the cell, in all areas of the cell. The cell was a small, tight place. I told him not to come. Sorry, I told him not to come near me. If you come near me, I told him, if you come near me, I will fight you. That's how we stayed there. I spent 4 days there, if I can remember properly. They didn't make anything in the cell. The person who was responsible for the station there.
And all the feces, they all remained in that cell for the 4 days?
Ining wo mari la okentota will be and you will be tata oselo kono je. Yes, we remained in the cell like that with all those with all the feces. For me to try and get clean air, I will just tell them I want to go to the toilet. If they convey me once, twice, then they will refuse my next request.
During these 4 days, were you told what were the reasons for your detention?
They said they got orders from the top. If I ask them, they cannot tell me anything. That's how I stayed there. When my people came to know, they started coming to see me.
And eventually what happened?
What happened later? One evening I saw O.J. Jallo with his 2 juniors came there. They said, we are here to bail you. But what you did, you have to take responsibility. You have to agree. I said, what is that? I said to me, these people said the reason why they are following you. I asked them, what is the reason for them to follow me? They said that you are the person we are asking. I said to them, I cannot agree to anything that I don't know. So they went back to them and they discussed. And then later on they agreed to bail me. Then they effected a bail, but the person responsible for the bail, I don't know. Those people who came, I can recognize 2 people among them. One is Paseni Jallo. The other man, his driver, they just call him Pa. I was bailed and they took me all the way to my home in Faraba.
Were you again arrested or that was the last one?
They didn't arrest me again.
And what happened with regards to that last instance for which you were bailed?
A lot of things happened from my first arrest to this last one. A lot of things happened. During my detention, my properties like my goods and other things were stolen. If I come, I cannot have anywhere to complain. I went to Jung, the chief. When I explained this matter to him, He said to me, the order came from the top. There is nothing I can do about it. I went, police. I went to the police. The same thing. He said, the police told me that, well, we got orders from the top. There's nothing we can do about this.
Could you turn off your phone, please?
And they also took my plots of land and decided to appropriate them for themselves. When I came and I wanted to talk about it, they said these people are soldiers.
Na kafunyol ning sinyol kana kafuny bawo nyimu sojarol ni diamuta asekeno isenyapika yefa jani obekala abulaje.
My friends and relatives came to me and told me, these people are soldiers who took your lands. If you want to follow this up, they might even fall on you one day and kill you.
And who are they?
Na keno miyata sojarol mi kafai kanseku.
The land, the man who took it is a soldier called Kanseku.
Kanseku Jasi.
Kanseku Jasi.
Ngakiro mamuta birimbe fajara barak bare ala diamo senkandoto mole ko ayin lipabake.
I didn't remember him properly, but he himself, when he was talking to people, he personally said that he beat me very, very seriously.
At Fajara Barracks.
Dole masko kele malong.
Because some people were wearing masks when they were beating me.
And was he the only person, or is he the only person who unlawfully appropriated your property?
Ani do fanan nata je ay nakenota.
No, there another one came there who took my land.
Data je lumi na nga bloko je larinje.
The day I went there, I saw blocks placed there.
Data na jame oto nga aliporo di na almamola ni sato alfalube.
I went to the mosque. I gave the report to our imam and the elders of the village.
And did you eventually find out who this person was?
I later knew, and I went to the alkali. And I explained the matter to him.
And who was this person?
He's called Omar Seidi.
Is that, let's get the full name. Is it Omar Seidi or Omar Seidi Khan?
Omar Seidi Lembang for Omar Seidi Khan.
Omar Seidi Khan.
Omar Seidi Khan.
In your statement, you said that these people were members of which organization?
APRC.
APRC.
Are you sure that these people were members of the APRC?
At that time, yes. When after the changes, they started saying that they've also changed sides.
Is it your testimony that they took your property because they were APRC supporters and you were a UDP supporter? Is that your testimony?
tumala mena to mu APRC kanun telle ta do mu UDP kanun telle wala sabu yelo keno nyinta
ndela jero to.
Yes, according to my own observation.
Adi nene manje ma
they never touched that place
APRC tata sembo to nata hanyi kana jema
until when APRC was in power. That's the time they had the guts to come and take my land.
You said you complained to the chief, you also complained to the imam. Did anything come out of your complaint?
Ko ya ko nyintala ya bole sefo ya andu itar almamu nyimfana ya bole je foku narna finti ako nyintola bankabri ko nyinta ya bole nyimulia
yo ntata sinya jama sefo ya bidin tata sinya jama alkalo ya.
I went to the chief several times and I went to the alkali several times, but the alkali didn't listen to me.
What I
thought was the alkali should have called me and called the persons so that we can all sit down and discuss, but he never did that. I went to the chief so many times. I said to him, if you cannot take my case, I will go to another place. Then that's the time when he decided to take my case. It took a long time. I cannot repeat all that here. Then later the chief told me to bring witnesses.
Itebe sedo sot nora mimbe sede ala ko nyin keno ya aketa ifale bulun ko ha.
He said to me, can you have a witness who will say that you inherited this land from your father? I said yes.
Ya de fana nyin ka ko ha.
They asked him also, he said yes.
Dol baby kene.
We were all present.
Ay lu mo fay.
Then a day was agreed
Kombe na sedo sam.
so that we can all bring our witnesses.
De na sedo samba.
I brought my witnesses.
Amo woro wala soto.
I got 7 people.
Mo saba en sede
3 people witnessed me,
ngani ndonu mabo.
and I kept the orders.
Atema han seda kilim fintin.
He was unable to produce even 1 witness.
Men sinano ay kaliko kafo ko nyin keno ntenga soton fama la man soto.
Somebody who can come and swear that he got this land from his parents, there was not even a single person.
Ay kitio deng.
Then the chief adjourned the case.
Murtana je ko tek.
When I came back there again,
Anin sedo manna.
he never came back with a witness.
Efo kitio deng.
The chief adjourned the case.
Dum kata damen.
And where we go to,
Nimbitaje nka moto ta nkajo wulifura kemelulu kata kamba tuje.
and wherever we go, I have to take a vehicle and pay 5,000 to go there and wait. 2,000, sorry. 2,500, yes.
Kata kitio la somle.
And we go and attend the case at Som.
Mol samba je sedaro la.
And I take these people as witnesses
Tembo moto tebulu kakolale je jamfatale.
because they don't have a vehicle and the place is far away. So I have to organize that vehicle.
From what you said, it looks like that these people are claiming rightful ownership over the land by reason of inheritance and not because they are members of the APRC and therefore they have a better right to the land than you.
Munta ida sata rotos memfo jang teng na fahamuro e mendina wala nyinti ko nyimmolu me yalan ko itol fana be kanin ro ke kan ko itolle tam nyin kenoti ima man ken nyinti ko ye keno nyin tala ko imu APRC kanun telleti bari be kanin ro ke kan tu tayala nyin keno la ko kama nyame wala nyinti ko ifana ya ke tale ifanyol lela bara man ken nyinti ko ko imu APRC kanun tele wala na ibe taya kanin kan keno nyin na karola ala fahamuro e wala diala.
Do you agree with that?
Fo isonta wala ba
Ko itolu ya ka kanine ko ifatale.
They were demanding that it belonged to their father.
In that case, they were not making a claim. They were not trying to deprive you of the land because they are APRC supporters. They were trying to deprive you because they believe that they have better rights to the land than you.
Mandri ke balikan kenonyin na kura ka fuko APRC kanun tele bari to fana benye kanin kan ko kenonyin iba ya ke tale andu fana nyanto soto kenonyin to ko fana nyanto soto nyama man kenyin diko ibe kenonyin ye block la kenonyin kan nyin kamala ko APRC kanun tele ti amanke woti.
Do you agree with that?
Isonta wala la ba
Manson neaje manso wala.
I don't agree to that. The reason for that is
Dolni baby nyo kanjele.
we were all together there
Kanji jama.
for many years.
Mone na manje mambulu.
Nobody ever touched that place.
Ade buka keno di mola buka keno tumubula mantu kan.
And you don't give a land to anybody without any agreement.
Kado ko akamol fuala.
For somebody to walk and allow other people to walk on it.
Manke tati.
So it doesn't belong to you.
But you would agree that you are not the only UDP supporter in Farababanta.
rebe son na nyimmale ko idan ma manke UDP kanun tedi faraba sate ko
And you agree that you are not the only UDP supporter in Farababanta who owned land.
amundu isonta nyimmale fana ndam manke mo damati me alon ko itele mu UDP kanun tedi me keno so faraba sate ko.
Yes, I agree to that.
You would also agree that no other UDP supporters were deprived of their land in Farababanta by reason of the fact that they belong to the UDP.
And decision nyina ko UDP nkado tije me ya lonko ilaftala keno tala mari bulu nyin sila fason kan Farababanta sate otoje.
Me atina ngamuta ko.
Just answer that question.
Iko fonsonta fo.
that no UDP supporters in Farababanta were deprived of their land simply by reason of the fact that they belongs to the UDP.
Ako UDP nkadote Farababanda. Me ya lonko ilaftala keno busilala kafoko atebe UDP party wale kono.
Asake bari mo kalamuta.
It might happen, but I wasn't aware of it.
Mo kalamuta.
No.
Nta ngawre kalamuta.
In your
What I knew is about my own case.
In your own case, the people who are asking, who are claiming ownership of the land, are claiming ownership on the basis of inheritance.
Mennu be nyinkeno noma itela karola. Iba kanin kanyine kanko itel fanali ya ketale.
Me atina ngamuta ko ye political dadu ndije.
The reason why I said that they were using politics.
Sefo fa nyati ngola ikaitandala ko ndulu kai ndulu APRC ndulu.
In the presence of the chief himself, they went on saying that, well, as for us, we are members of the... In the presence of the chief himself, they were saying that we are strong members of the APRC. So these things, they were saying these things in the presence of the chief himself during the cases. Up to the point, one day, the chief himself told them that now, let's forget about party affairs in this case. Let's just follow the case as it is.
Is this case still going on?
Yes, in Hansa Betakandaba.
Ani?
No,
Dorin.
it's now at a standstill.
Has the matter been resolved?
The chief has resolved the matter.
What's his decision?
Munemala County, I mean,
Kaine ko ite ya jubere ko drong ite ya mutale ko drong ko nyina inkeno sembulo la kan sembola.
What I told the chief is that you took the decision that you can use your power to take my land from me.
Bare sila kilima nyinkeno dila.
But there is no single way that you can have this land.
Can you take that again?
Sefo nying.
I memfo.
Abrabe kitio kuntula.
When he was
Delivering
the judgment,
Akai ko ite.
he said to the man, "Ayo for kendingo nyine bang."
Ayo ho kenonye.
Yeah, the chief told the man.
Nabe kitio kuntula kitio soundi.
Before he delivered judgment, the case was adjourned many times.
Akai ko ite kai ilafta sembo tala drong purka lonyin noma kala kenota.
And later on, the chief told the man, "You just want to use power to follow this case and take this man's land from him."
Dolka tamaluwa lanta fala ko nyimu APRC leti wante nyimu UDP leti wante nyimu fulo leti wante nyimu manding kolti.
And for us here, what we are following is the law. We don't look that this man is APRC or this man is a UDP or this man is a Fula or what. We follow the law.
Ite iman seda soto.
The chief told him that you don't have any witness.
Ite dun koy wuluta farabale.
You said you are born in Faraba.
Kai Omar Ba wuluta faraba.
And he told him that Umar Ba also was born in Faraba.
Sedol bondi ite man sedo bondi.
And Umar Ba was able to produce witnesses, and you did not produce witnesses.
In the end, did the chief give judgment in your favor?
Silang nyala bangol ki jojo ngai kitio kuntete la karor.
Kuntu mbele la karora.
He delivered judgment in our favor, all of us.
Kanda man kuntu akoma kuntu ta nyala.
Because judgment was not delivered in his absence, it was in his presence.
What I mean is, did you win the case?
Foi nin case nin ganyele numbang kabiring altata kitio.
Ngavini.
Yes, I won the case.
So you did not lose your land?
Amunda
Akamunta ko nin korda ni manfowala.
Aya notice la man sombolaji.
He was given notice, but he refused to leave, vacate the land.
When was judgment given? Was it during the time of APRC in government or afterwards?
Silang kitio nin keta wati jumale fo kabiring APRC be semboto fo wokola.
Kabiring APRC be semboto.
When APRC was in power.
And APRC did not do anything against you, even though a judgment was entered in your favor.
Silang APRC wol man na ku keno ile sala karoto hani fo kabiring kitio nin kuntu etala karola ke te ganyende ala.
imante ganyendi luwa la sila landiro ngole jubi.
Not that they gave me the judge to win the case. They follow the law, what the law said.
Yes, you won the case.
Se for the judgmental about foka no nyame. Left and yen so ngaje for domandi.
The judge, the way the judge, this chief was giving, saying his judgment. That's what I want you to give me a chance. Let me explain it in that way.
I understand what you're trying to do. The TRRC is mainly interested in the rights violations, and there is no rights violation here.
Benaming TRRC itol mimila do ko itol kom hadama di nyanta tinyangi minketa hadama di ngol tema itol kenyati lingo karo ma fangol.
So you won the case, correct?
Sa ite kitio nying itele ya gagné.
Okay. And this was during APRC time?
And wato APRC lebe semboto.
And APRC did not do anything to you?
But APRC wal man na fen ketela. Kodi?
After you have won the case?
Kabri nying kitio nying gagné. Kabri nying kitio nying gagné okola APRC nyol man fen ketela. Comme ka boy kan o sifa.
True?
Hani mamboyinka.
No, they did not do anything to me.
Were you subsequently arrested?
Inate mutale okola.
Ani?
No.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I have no further questions. When you speak to the Commission, you can come back to some of these issues that you really wanted to talk about.
Osilanga beda meng atela nyinin karol bantale bar sila nite be diam la inin commission e itin ko be mutaka be sata pour ilafta mi kamin sata no isam ta yasen yandi lafta no kamin sen yandi no.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Emma Council, and thank you, Mr. Omar Ba, for your testimony.
Ya man ko barka ba ki council ani ite fana Mr. Omar Ba abarka ba ke ila CDRO la.
Was indeed an extraordinary testimony this afternoon. You seem to be an embodiment of 22 years of massive abuse in this country. Yeah, I'm sorry what you had endured during this period. Commissioners, if you have any questions, please indicate. Commissioner Kinte, you have the floor.
Commissioner Kinte, hold of the Ninkala.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Omar, be na nikuya itandila.
We are showing our heartfelt to you.
Ye batalu menu be soto amanna ke molti fo banko e menu fa sasi pour si isi tanka.
All the sufferings you have endured, and it did not happen in the hands of, it happened in the hands of people.
Aninkela hadamadiya nyantolu fanan tanka.
And the right, and your human right violations that have occurred to you, and those are the people who should protect your rights.
Ela kachalu kono.
During your deliberations, there are certain things that emerge. There are certain words that emerge that can lead to somebody to think more deeply about those words. If someone keep on insisting on something, even the person did not have a reason that stands, but the person must have a reason.
Andung ite mari nyanda kumpanola le fanang abete men noma puruye la fa lonna muna munyin dalilo nte doron wate munana amanke dolti amanke wate dandan doronti.
Why that you the person you should be curious to ask yourself, why always me, and this thing has been keeping on happening. You should sit and ask yourself about that.
Surtout nika foye ko ikoi.
Especially when they are telling you that tell the truth.
Hanna tare ke tu mi menna to nyante bari tu mi rango sotole te mako elabang ike tu mi menne fem fanyoro.
Even what they are accusing you of, if it is not true, but help us to help to clear that doubts. to tell us that what they are accusing you of.
That's
what I'm appealing to you first. From my observation, as council has said, I am not the only UDP sympathizer or supporter there, but I'm also another member there. Is today people are brave enough. That previously the people they don't have the zeal to accept UDP supporters there. Not that I am showing out myself. And secondly, also, I don't offend people. I was just exercising my right and my business. Not that I was there for saying that I am having money. But it's a love that I don't want to change. And it's about the country. It is incumbent for every citizen your right for you to follow your rights. All these people who were arrested, there are certain people arrest them and torture them up to a stage. But as long as the torturing has been going on, they will tell them that what you are saying, we did not believe on this part of your testimony or story or statement. That normally happens. Even it is once. But for you, if it goes up to 4 times. When I was saying I did not mention anything about politics or party. They have been arresting many types of people since at the coup d'etat, politics. Some are there, they will be arrested for more than 1 week, 1 month, 2 weeks, 1 week, 1 month, but they will tell them what they are accused of. What do you fanang njikita ko nyanta folene hanni sonde yetu mi menna ite wakileo itandi commission la bank. But you also, I believe that you also, I did not say you do it, but you also, what you were accused of, why not you come straight away and put it before the commission and tell the commission this is what I did or this is what they accuse me of. I will tell you one thing. Where are the cows? What was to me then the accusation saying that and is related to the cows? You hitting someone who has run away from a war with his family. That person, even if he is well, he did not want to go back. Now, why is he claiming that to go back? This is what we want you to differentiate to us. The commission is here to take for the truth. It's not that it's a witch hunt about between people. Or within the people. It is a school that will help us tomorrow so that things of this nature will not happen tomorrow. We cannot complete that if we do not have the truth. Help us so that we'll be able to know what Tell us something about these cows.
You left out iparator.
I don't. Yes. All my these bales. I saw you some documents that has come with many munara. He came up. We came with documents that that shows that
ay fanito le tarab num bodato ay dandila ya dundinang
he found security men at the borders and he saw them these
adunda
documents.
sate o mento alkalo le bije wala ya escort nan kanantea
The village that he entered through, he
Pananga
found the
tamindi.
alcalo there, and the
Nga
alcalo
tamindi.
came along with me, and I also accompanied him,
ngata mindi alkalo le ya
and I also took him to an alcalo,
ngata mindi sefo le ya
and I take him to a safo.
ni aje mbe nyulu bekela pour kan fantanka sama kam
If you see, I am doing all these things is to save myself for tomorrow.
lafta ka foy ko wuluta dame
I want to tell you where I was born,
amanke fam fodi bar mo ne man tumi je fenna
not to show out myself, but no one I have never been
Kutata
accused of
imamu.
anything. Meaning,
meaning ku mulunta mi yalon ka amanka ne manke
something that is unlawful.
yo wo kaito
That paper,
nga photocopy le ngala kaito dia la photocopy be mulu
I photocopied it and give him his paper, and I have the photocopy.
kabiri kam mutang ikanyum fonye
When they were keep on arresting
nga
and
kata
telling me,
fontata ambassador no ma Senegal
I
ambassador
try my level best. I went to the ambassador in Senegal.
kaito itandala
I saw him the document.
akedu jang domandi
Forgive me here a bit.
nin si jeli ñin ni wala nata Gambia kono
This man, how many cows did he came along to this country in the Gambia?
nimma wolong para men fu
I don't know. But what he told me,
nin kaytol be yitandila kaytol ni mo nin kaytol minebe men sain iba fola nin su kuntallu le nata
if someone come up with documents and he came up with documents indicating that this particular person, he came along with 50 heads of cows or bulls
komi wato jam fata
since the period is
kaito
long.
be mulu jan
amira dorani men sutiyata
ani be min nanko wato min na anata ametale
The time he came, it was long time now.
andun sai malla fi ba un kalitale malla nga kumo fo jam min tawot
Since I saw
bari
before
be
giving my
dikini mo
evidence,
kaito min photocopy abijanne
I believe that the document I photocopied is here with me.
wala oto ngamera na council ñol bo fenkela pour document ñi nga jiben si nombal long
I believe council and his team.
biri ñin nim be angol nata wati jelle ke fe Gambia jang
This particular person, when he came to this country with these ruminants, how many weeks did he spend with you?
ila paso itandala koy pasitala le ay muru
But you yourself, didn't you tell him that now I am exhausted with you, now you can go back?
ani
No.
ani wo be angol ni wo dimbal ni wo jorangol ni fengol be nata
Together with him, with those ruminants and his family and those goods,
me
they
kanda
go
wol
back.
be la me karafa mul ma nothing woto nata nyine kamma ning amanna jikila te o soto anata me wala kam
If that person did not tell you the reason he come for an commission again, can you repeat your?
mo me ye nyunga la dimbaya be la na la sene jorangol be ani nin sol nin da fen kotengol wo mari nata siole kamma fonin ayatara anata jikila te ay mem mira ay men ngani amo soto ay namuru ni wonto be melal
You are going fast. You have to take it bit by bit so that.
let me do that
kanyi nin kale ba
sorry please mba demanding ko hani nyin karo da maten do yalla fen do be je hakili ma wala nan koy hakili kono tantam ngola ka don mo me ye nyung ala be angol la
Someone who come with his ruminants.
be angon men hapo ya tinna ile I'm sorry buital do man kar wala ne ma kutano ko fa
I
wala
believe the
jelle
ruminants are a bit too much.
why because nin sabanani mo ba wala
This is why you cannot remember.
oto be tangol let killing fulanya wa na te nyunga la sene jorangol bela dabol nin fengol anate nyunga la dimbaya lu bela o mari manna kar killing sio kam man fo bo fenke non ndari adala ni be ngamurna okay potom mbar nga kuntung
de amoy
hayti amoy bar ñun lafte yalon be jento ngala fi dunia be nafa soto je simma koy fana nimbe tarika tentendiro nin tarika landola asike kuno
ani min fota tandiya wolen be on sene joran wol ta do wasule
bari dun daga mbiya ba do
nta telefon ngeji
wol to do wasule
wol to ta do
bari ay tambi nan Gambia
nata Gambia
yo do wasu ngole tambi ndite kanyin kamma yo fana fole e ko ko to sutiata frontière ola ni yurtundi nyaato demanding wala koyta
kato
andu ite muy badi nguti mendi ka kankilingo
iborta min la ikanate tarajana
lafta ngatari abawo msuko kutam bare malla finga boja masene ande
ilafta ko endir wala nam franka ko
Mr. Chair, just a point of order.
Hold on a second. Yeah, you're leaving the interpreters out. Can you just go
slowly?
So hold on a second. Let's just do that. And Council, you wanted to raise a point of order.
I think that Mr. Kinte is onto something that is very interesting. But at the same time, too, we have to put some focus on the mandate of the Commission. We are looking at human rights violations. No matter what may have happened.
Okay.
This person was arrested, and there is a statutory limit to the period in which he could be detained without being taken before a court of law. So we are not here investigating into the antecedents, the reasons necessarily for the arrest.
Okay.
We are looking at how he was treated post-arrest, whether the rights were violated. A person could commit murder in broad daylight in the presence of everybody and is caught flagrant delicto. But the law requires that the person be treated in particular way. And if that is not done, there would be a rights violation. That is the focus of the evidence that is adduced. But the point you raised is quite interesting. I mean, obviously, he would not just be arrested willy-nilly without there being anything done. And that is the point you're making, and I agree with you.
Exactly.
There must have been a cause, but the focus, the spotlight should be on the rights violations after the arrests were conducted. Thank you, and I hope you understand the point.
Hold on a second. If we can just get the interpreters on board now, please go slowly. Let them interpret, and we continue with the proceedings.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Ngamenu nyininga ntariata bakele ngalong ngamira la meta sirin dol ta dulal jampa etafang ngame nyininga wala munyindiko
what I was asking was
mo kilingo
one person
ye tuino makatu mutala fusinya jurumol
they keep on following you arresting you for on several occasions
and wol mengo meka wati ke bulle be sirin.
And all those arrest, they will keep you for on a number of occasions or a longer period.
Na mensuti ata sanji fula doku wala nga menke jang.
The TRC close to 2 years now that we have been working here.
Ngamolu menu be soto to nyale ndolu be je ke mutafo ngai boy wara wato e me bare kalabanga fole ne yetu me munela.
It is true that the number of witnesses that appeared here is true that some of them, when they are arrested, they will be arrested for a longer period, but when they are arrested, they will reveal the reasons why they are arrested of.
Tonya beje o tonya teje ka foye.
Whether there is true or not, but they will tell them.
Nko bar hanni ma foye.
But I said, even they did not tell them.
Na meta kela.
If it has been keep on happening.
Ita fongo ni la mulbe sobila fenne la ko nyunu de ibe kule normal de tonya be bulu ate.
There you and your people, you should be curious to know that these people there, what they are accused of, they have the truth.
Ota anna man ko yima.
Even it is not clear to you.
Njikita nyanta sobila alale.
I believe that you should be curious about the issue.
But I hakilo bulandi fenne pakinung iman son jam fala kon.
But it reminds my man back that you have started something, but you did not go in deep of that.
And we men soto.
What that entails.
Anin tariko men nada.
And the history that it comes of it. If you join them together. You yourself, your mind should tell you that these people, this is what they are following me off. You either win. They either fall down. That is something else. But what is the cause? That is what we want to know. And they said, I'm going fast. What I was asking was how the heads of the cattle was how much. You say you don't know. If at all it's 3, 4. or 5.
Ibo kunna
That one, you can reason that from your mind.
Yaje ma kunna mutano hapo e tangol leke.
If you see you are unable to remember it, maybe there are more than 10.
Nko woto ning ibe kaito de dala we ndenga melong be an kaite de data.
There I am saying that if they are to prepare documents for this ruminants,
Ibukada be an hapola be an menu musolti kewolu dindingul wara malu.
they don't stop at saying female or male, black and white. They don't stop there. If at all there is space. That is one.
Fulanyang.
Secondly,
someone
who ran away from war,
warang kafantuya,
or he ran away from something else. Offenses.
Umari ananya ba fole nefana ta meola.
That person, the way he comes, will tell you that whether he is here to stay for a longer period, or he is there for just for a short period of time. This is what I'm saying. If you see that person, he comes with farming implement, ruminants and small ruminants. And now he did not even spend even 1 week. Now he is now saying that he is going back to that particular country or region where he come from, where he said he is driver. If I was the person, I will even follow that person up to the. I will follow him. I will not even end up. I will make investigation to clear myself, so that I will not also be termed as a thief. This is what I have. If you also have something to add. Commissioner Kinta, I have what you said. We are not educated, but documents. Alcalo. We did not believe something more than that. We don't have anything to believe more than that. Human being who comes out with a document, and he came out with a person like Alcalo, and you also go with that person to somebody who will play, which is the Alcalo and the Sefo. Chief. Any other person that see that thing as a dirty thing, that is left for that person's way of seeing things. And the person you came to meet through that human being, you cannot clean up yourself. I also did something that can clear me tomorrow. I photocopied documents. Okay, he said, Commissioner, it's not tomorrow, it's not today, it's long time. When I photocopied this document, I kept it. I went up to the Senegalese embassy. I put to the ambassador that your stranger who ran away from war, this is what I am arrested of, I am suffering here. I want you to give me chance so that it can be clear to you. I gave him the document, he looked at it. I have the photocopy of that document here with me. He asked me, are you a Gambian or a Senegalese? I asked him what happened. He said to me that if at all is a Senegalese national, I will say that they have been offending you. Because since there is a document, he asked me where are the owner of the ruminants. I said to them that they have left. I told him that he has left. When he came back, you heard what I said. What I told you is that he said he ran away from war. I think that is clear to you in Mandinka language. As they used to say, Mandinka say, somebody who ran away from war will not tell you the clear things. But he came as he came to meet me. I can tell you that I thoroughly asked him, and he pulled out his document.
Identity card Senegal.
It's just that now it got lost. So even his identity card in Senegal. I kept it, but it's just now I lost it where I kept it before.
JRRC nataka kumo senka miye soto.
YRC is here for people to explain what happened to them previously. This is why I say all this. There are other issues that I did not say. I can tell you that I'm not the only person in Faraba. I swear.
Nimi man kutuma fing. Enen man kujenna mi yalon ko isi sobinna.
No one can say that he or she has seen something to me that I have never did.
He took
the document and said to me that your Gambia issue I cannot say, but if I told it is Senegal, you will not be arrested. They will go and look for the person who brought the luminance. If at all they did not see that person, they have no right to arrest him. That's what I thank you.
Okay, fine.
If you see, I said this issue is related to politics to me. If they want to arrest you, they want to trouble you, they can look all the way around. When they look, they see this Nyadi? If you arrested a citizen and you could not take him to court, there is something behind. Then there is something behind that will show you something.
Fine, thank you both very much. Commissioners, if you have any there being none, if you have any final remarks now.
Commissioner Moman Yin Cardo Sore, Silang, Mr. Bakumo Murde and Kotake, Konia Kumasoto, Ibela Flakamen for Gambianolia, is a Yafo.
Thank you very much.
In Mbara.
Oh, Anibi Mbafra, Assalamu alaikum.
Still now, I'm saying Salam alaikum, greetings.
Mbadin Gambian Kulu.
Fellow Gambians,
I thank
God enough. I thank God enoughly. All the arrests I mentioned here, they arrested me together with many people. Many of them are not alive. With the help of Allah, I'm sitting here explaining. I thank God with you, together with you, the council members. If you see, I'm able to explain all this. We want something clear so that everybody can hear what happened. So that there is no push and pull here. What has been said here, I have documents. If you see the way the chief delivered the judgment, I have something to say. It is the way the statement has been said. If the chief said, and he said that I'm not here for any political party.
What says for interpreter?
Bismillah.
It's true, it was Yaya Jammeh who gave him the chieftaincy.
But
he did not tell you to give the truth to UDP or to give the truth to the APRC. He did not tell you to tell me to give the truth to UDP and leave the APRC. He told him that Umar said he can. True. Since I was that they did not tell me that, and since they did not tell me that, I being the chief, I should think of that. I should bear in mind that here is not the only place. He said to him that true, you offended this person. We are not here for any political party. We are not here for any ethnic group. We are here for everybody. Then I'm going to deliver in the right way. He said to him that you did not have a single witness. If I told you have a witness, the person who has a witness, that person has the truth.
ay kito kuntu o kanwale kan
He delivered the judgment in that manner.
aya laje ko fana mini e nyin sede a
He again added that the people who witnessed this man,
e manke fulol ti ni sa ko fulol le
they are not fullers. They are not fullers too.
man i mandin ka nyollem
They are your mandinka mates.
bare ala de ye toñaje
It was Allah who have seen the truth.
iko Omar Bal tamo nyen dulante aya keta fale bu
They said this land belongs to Umar Ba and he inherited it from his father.
oto mbadi la tella
Then I'm going to give him
ni
that.
murta kan iya dane a sonta
If
yeso
you return back to him and appeal to him and he give it to you,
bismillah nakku
that's good.
karatiji
I have no business in
bare
that.
toña
But true,
aka nyin keno mo Omar Bal ta
this land belongs to Umar Ba.
yo wo kan
In that, added to that,
ngale tentu bake ngalon ko
I thank
mafo
God.
abuka lo toña kan
I,
bara
do
lo ta
not,
toña kan
I
tela
cannot
karo
say that he is not standing on the truth. But
Gambia
for my
could
side,
base-
he's not
base-
standing on the truth. But for my side, he stand on the truth.
gambian kol mbe sakatan kallo toña kan
I'm appealing to all Gambians. Let us all try to stand on
ibe
for
ko
the
ku
truth.
jera kana fengo je ka toñaje
Anything you are doing, try and stand for the truth.
wo ka sone andiro kele
That will ease the things.
nin wo kolambe commission be konton na
Ah.
tentu ambalja is
And after that, I'm thanking all the commission members.
altake to ninga min tofo
You
manya
can
na tofo
forgive
la
me
altake
if at all I did not mention anybody's name here. You can forgive me. I'm thanking all of you.
ba ke ngana
I-
wulula fulul tentu
I
ngeje
thank God and I thank my both parents, mother and father.
altake to assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah
Greetings.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Omar Ba, for coming to testify before the Commission.
Baraka bake Mr. Umar Ba inata nyamen kana ila CDRO di commissioner to jang.
We'll resume our proceedings tomorrow morning, sharp 10 o'clock. Thank you all for coming. Meeting is adjourned.